Good evening, everyone. How is it going? Welcome in. It's so good to see you. PK, Faro, hope you are having a great day. Sufferance, Carell, what is up? And Dr. Jen, thank you so much for the follow as well. How has everyone's weekend been? Got another exciting day of Guild Wars 2 lined up. We have Cerus progression later tonight. That should be going on. I have to actually check the sign-ups and stuff like that. But also, let's go and buy some trophy shipments, because we're just sort of closing out the last few materials that we need to craft a legendary underwater sigil. So we're just going to go grab everything here, make it all happen. Mixed Walton, how's it going? Yes, later on tonight we're going to be crafting a legendary sigil specifically for our underwater weapons, because we have lost all sense of reason, and it's going to be very, very fun. And we'll eventually soon reach a point where we will never, ever have to think about sigils in Guild Wars 2 ever again. Except until we do them on our NA account as well. That one still has underwater sigils. But yeah, hope everyone's going well. I'm coming down with like a little bit of a cold. Thought I managed to actually dodge the worst of it. Jess has been feeling much worse than what I have. But yeah, my throat's just started to make that little cheeky cold transition. And no worries there. Yeah, so hopefully our cold holds out. If not, we get the nice deep gravelly voice that comes with it. Yeah, implies elves exist in the first place. True, yeah. We actually do just function entirely off impulse. There's no real thought that goes into anything that we do here. We're just entirely driven by our basic instincts. It's full-on lizard brain. You want to ask why? Because the allure of eventually getting full legendary is going to be fantastic. Yeah, because he can? Yeah, exactly, because I can, because I'm an adult and I have free will, and this is what I'm choosing to exercise it on. But yeah, we have all of our on-land legendary sigils done. And it will be good to also get the underwater ones done as well. And then we really just have to worry about legendary weapons as well. The pre-Cerus Golem session's done, surely it will help. I'm expecting to see big numbers. Okay, clovers, I also need to do these. I actually don't have enough to really buy any of those. That's a shame. Okay, so we're going to have to do the more expensive route as well. So let's see. Let's actually start placing some buy orders for stuff that we need. I think I do actually have enough gold to pull all this off. There we go. What do we want? We want apparently 71. Oh, it's always expensive. Oh well, there we go. Cool, that's like the most expensive part. Clover's Fire Strikes can get 5. Yeah, I don't have like any... Not like a notable amount of blue profit shards, because I tend to convert them every week. I'll typically drain every currency that I have access to. So yeah, I don't think I actually have any really nice ways of doing that. I mean, I could convert gating crystals over. You're portaled now, so I have an excuse if your number is slower. Aha, nice. It's a strategic portal. I'm here. Let's see if you can still out DPS raise me. You'll probably be able to. I also need to buy... Oh, many of these. Many of these. Let's make this happen. Okay, so let's actually do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. get those done, and I'll just get the remaining 5. So now I need to buy 35. Then I need 21 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 17, 19, 20, 21. There we go. Excellent. And Sin, how's it going? It's great to see you. Yes, I'm very keen for Cerus progression tonight. Everyone go check out Sin over on their amazing Twitch channel. Thank you so much for popping in. And thank you, of course, for coming along for Prog as well. Hang on, am I actually showing up as online? I am. Good. Now where to get that skin look? Hang on, let's see. That's probably Arcane Flow Infusion from the Wizards Vault. Else, heavy legendary raid armor. Now you are most welcome. Cool, there we go. Yep, someone was asking about our skin color, so I assume that's the Arcane Flow Infusion. Slash the check exact, but that's not really doing the skin color there. Having a good day so far. It's been a pretty good day here so far. I mentioned a bit earlier we might be coming down with a bit of a cold. Yeah, Jess came down with one a few days ago, and I felt like I was sort of getting it there, but I fared much better than she did. But now, just today, my throat started to make that, that transition you get before you get a cold. So I'm hoping that avoids, because having a cold sucks. But otherwise, very good. 73. Am I? Oh, hang on. Am I actually? Oh, I'm on the right account. Good. I had a cold since like Wednesday, on the hopefully last day or two. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. It seems like cold's just going around. And Annie, what's up? It's great to see you as well. Everyone, go check out Fireball Annie over on their global Twitch channel. Long time friend of mine. And over on their YouTube as well. Let's place an order for those. We're just doing the expensive part of Underwater Legendary Sigils. Should probably tell this to update. Mr. Swalton, your legendary dreams died with Tier 1 collection. Your raid static beat the final boss needed, then disbanded. You're still on vacation. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. So they're mostly done. Beautiful. Let's go in and let's go actually pop on our new character. And yeah, she's feeling better than what she was. Her cold's definitely, improved a lot. There was like one really bad day there, but still not feeling tremendous. So hopefully she does feel better. It's time for summer yet. Oh, summer's going to be great. I've got the double sock trick. We've got the thick woolen socks, the ones with the big wool lining, and beneath that we have thermal hiking socks, and that's actually keeping things reasonably comfortable for now. Stops my toes from going numb at the slightest bit of cold.
I went to bed way too late.
Hey, what's up?
Take that as a...
I like looking in the mirror and the thermal vest as well. Oh, thermal vest is so good. Fortunately, I'm in the study at the moment, and because we're using Jess's computer to stream as well, I've got 2 computers just cranking out heat, so it's not too bad in here. Do you mainly stream Guild Wars 2? Are you a variety person? Definitely mainly a Guild Wars 2 person. I do stream like Guild Wars 1 on occasion as well, and there might be some other games, but it's much less frequently. I'm looking forward to returning to Guild Wars 1. But yeah, the double sock trick has been an absolute winner recently. Okay, cool. Don't think I need anything else set up. We'll see how long it takes for all that stuff to come in. Good, we can deposit some of that. Do need to find... So this one has my volatile magic tools for some reason. And you played most back in Heart of Thorns, that on offer expansion. Now you're back to try and finish Janthir. Awesome. I really enjoyed Janthir Wilds as well. Especially Lowland Shore was a fantastic map. What has you smiling? Many things. The fact that I get to stream my favourite game with all my favourite people here is just absolutely mind-bending and makes me happy every single time. Should I do some conversions here as well? Probs. Probs should. Let's do some of that. I know, large bag, might as well. Daily calcified. I do actually need some obsidian. Medium bag. Weekly sales. Let's burn through some of our other stuff that's sitting here. Yoink those. Yoink those. Oh yeah, those can go as well. Cool, that takes care of that. It's very calm compared to other expansions. Strange not to have a big bad looming over the horizon. Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. Let's toss that.
You rarely see me of those.
Cool. Pause all that. Use all that. Salvage everything there. Salvage everything there. Cool. Got another symbol of control. Happy days. Ah. Okay. Got 9 peeps in. Where is Le Merchant? Okay, let's go head on in.
I'm not sure I've experienced it yet.
I know that
looks
he
like Cloud
has
is running a bit late.
LCM on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with Artie, and I think there he is on time. Yes.
Damn, we just
It's only going to regenerate a little bit of gold.
Okay, he's starting up his PC.
Did you see
with
yesterday's
actually-
elite spec tease? That was the cards one, wasn't it?
Nice.
It definitely seems as though we are getting
Just
elite
in
specs,
time.
which is very, very
Yeah,
exciting.
it's worth it to
I'm
construct
curious
Linker.
if they do go the route, I don't know if they would actually do it, of doing another core trait line. So I feel like that would be really interesting.
We shouldn't rely on Linker.
Because if we go,
Yeah.
We need to get this number ourselves.
like we've got like a spare trait slot here that could be used for something.
Yeah.
But look, I'm-
And it could be used across everything. It could be very interesting.
Yeah, I need some
What are you doing with level 40?
Nice good love time.
Whatever.
But no, I feel like it's probably
yeah.
elite specs. I feel like people would be disappointed if it's not elite specs.
The portal now, so Fenrir, you are released.
Yep. Thank you, Afaro. You're a legend.
Yeah, I saw Pharaoh talking about that now he has an excuse to not do high DPS, and I think that's blasphemy.
Yeah, new core line would be way hard to balance.
Fenrir,
Yeah,
now I
so
wanted to join you as high
that
DPS.
opens them
I
up to
see
a
it right
whole
there
bunch
in
of other
Connor's
issues.
chat,
Welcome in
and,
Scorpion as well, by the
I
way.
will not accept that as a legal excuse.
But yeah, in a sense, it means they wouldn't have to do, you know, huge new, like, spec-defining
Former? I can
mechanics,
never
like, say, Reaper Shroud or Virtuoso Blades or things like that. And it would be usable across more things, but yeah, it does open themselves up to a whole host of balancing issues.
On the NA servers.
Why would you do that to yourself?
What do you mean?
Looks like Cloud,
It's great fun. Don't you love the BRBR on the NA? It's very fun. Or the
I can't really tell whether I like it or not.
As well.
I've never had the joy of
Just bring that up.
experiencing it.
Nice.
Hey.
And good, we got Discord going.
Okay. A few things. Faro decided to do the first flower portal as well for the double drops when they happened the first time, when we relied on Scourge portal previously. That will be now done by Faro, which means it will be a bright pink portal between the lines.
Oh, thanks,
That should
Addy.
be a bit
No,
more
massively appreciate that.
easily,
Let me bring those.
visible, at least.
Actually,
Portal.
let's go in.
Yeah.
Filters. Limiter. Let's bring...
Right, we're all in. Food up, guys. Utility up.
That's a good shout.
Oh yeah, do you want to rip?
Let me know how that sounds. Because, yeah, I fixed this on
Already, but I
my
mean,
other streaming, or my other, like, profile,
entirely up to you
when we
guys,
were
whether you want
doing
to,
everything for Tyria Pride, but I swapped back over to my regular one where the changes to Discord haven't carried over. So that will sort of brute force it, I think, for the time being.
How should I look my primer?
Let's put a circle on the portal person. I will put a personal marker on Alfaro.
And Fermi, hear you out. You for Guildmates an idea for next X-Pack. No big bad, no end of the world. It's Commander goes on vacation X-Pack where we go to a new seasonal vacation in each area. Big summer beach map, snowy ski resort, big version of Rothmar Valley. That would be really cool. That would be really fun. But yeah, let me know if the Discord voices are not balanced after that. Hopefully that fixes it.
And Jeps is doing a mech now. How does that work?
I've sort
with
of
the
brute
moon
forced
mech,
it
with the
there,
mooning?
just by lowering or putting a
also
limiter on
moons,
everything.
Or is it different there?
Actually, I might also, because they're sort of peaking at the limiter, I might even just lower the...
On Wingman having played it.
I think we deserve a break. The Commander definitely does.
The mech can also get
I can still hear them clear, but I can hear you now as well. Okay, that's good.
So
Excellent.
You need to sometimes shift signal your mech.
Might even just lower a bit more, just so...
Okay, I'll
It's still peaking a bit. Hang
It
on.
takes a while and it's a bit of min-maxing.
I should be able to actually do this.
At some point you
Let's put a compressor on that.
The only annoying thing about mech
Sidechain
is
source,
quite
put that on
chill. And you can't really
mine.
pretty automate, since I mean you're melee, you kind of have to greet.
Okay, testing, testing, testing. Have to do it when someone's actually going.
Right,
Oh,
let's do a real
testing, testing,
recheck.
testing.
And let's not immediately forget to do the CS portal, right, boss? I wouldn't do so. Wait a second, don't ready up yet. I wanna open my notes to the
Testing,
side.
testing. No. Let's crank that.
Yeah, it's sometimes a bit helpful in case I have downtime and can actually watch the thing.
Testing, testing. We'll see if that works. If not, I'll fix that later.
And a boomer, I have my notes on paper.
Yeah, ready, let's go. Yeah, you should probably do them on a paper as well. Either print them or write them better than on the screen.
Are you everything?
Ready for more. Shot blades. Shot
Oop.
I like DPS, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I might even just yeet that compressor. I actually just need to go over to the other streaming profile and just fix it later.
Recovery. Another.
what a great
Thank you, Mother. You knew I messed up my opener.
I take yes, mine as well. I think. Good point.
Obviously. Okay, chrono check has been completed. Chrono check is done.
Yeah, don't worry. Just remember, I'm on
Ooh,
quick.
spring amount rework. I'd be here for that.
That's the one, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready, Mr. Fandel?
She wanted
Yes,
me
we
to
are.
have the Spectre again.
I'm not sure
Might
that you
glory.
should do that in
I
your
feel
current
furious.
state.
Spectre. I mean, Glory Spectre.
Cancelled my pass, which is unfortunate. Oh, we'll just adapt. DPS is not fantastic by me.
good team.
PM, welcome in. It's great to see you. There we go. Regret. And thank you, Uniquely Average Gaming, for the follow. I appreciate you. Arrow. Have to get good at jumping the walls. Got 12 stacks. There's port. Oh, GG. Okay, so a few things we can definitely improve with our rotation. Like, it's not bad,
and then I couldn't take the portal back for some reason out with the ads.
but that definitely has room to be a lot better. So I should probably check, am I on the right on Condivert?
Yeah, I forgot it's the annoying part where you have to move off the portal and then on it again so you can
Yep,
take
no,
it.
everything
It's
should be fine.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah, I mean I did wiggle, but apparently not hard enough. It's
Wide.
yeah, should have wiggled harder. Should have had the seed.
So I should also be using 1000 cuts a bit later in my rotation as well. It's another thing I'm not doing.
Who just joined? Do we have somebody streaming now?
Yep. Hello.
Oh, hello, hello.
That's all me.
Hi, overview.
Hi, Andy. I'm Spot.
Flag story.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
That's not terrible in terms of the opener. Side step.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Let's keep an eye on tag. Back in. Sidestep that. Move on through.
Wow, that is very slow. He does too.
camp on.
Oh, two middle. Too much health, reset.
So initial
If you only
opener
see
wasn't
two
too bad.
greens on the group, that was correct. If we only see two greens on the group and the third green will come, then you just split left-right with the green and let the next green from the glass in the head go to the middle. That was done correctly. Alright.
Alright. Hope that we get enough blades to actually go in.
You guys in the sub-3 with the Scourge, you need to hug your circle a bit better. You have
There we go.
85 to 90% left.
Bit of a bad opener from me. Sidestep. Let's move back. Sidestep. Let's go stand on double side.
Mobilize the arms. It's to death.
Get ready to CC.
Slice them apart. My pain is
So we lost our boons there, which is unfortunate. Do I have snap target? I think I do now. Nope, I do not have snap target on now. That's going to tank my DPS a bit. Very poor.
dodge this.
There we go. Jump. Good. Oh, we actually successfully jumped, so that's good.
Did you miss your dodge for the first drops?
No, I hit the dodge on the first, but I missed the second. I had 5,000 health the entire time.
How? Oh, wait, were you so far away from me, I guess. Okay. Seems like it.
Overall, DPS has gone up compared to what we have done.
Oh yeah, you were in the front greeting while I was in the back with
So
the,
that's encouraging. We got, there is some improvement there. We just need a bit more.
It's all good. I shouldn't have missed my dodge.
I really like maybe trying some power vert as well, 'cause I feel like I'm less reliant on the
How does the
distorts
weakness
now.
do?
And it's because I don't actually need it because we're doing flower strat.
I mean, I'm unsure about the moments where my mech gets boon stripped, but it doesn't feel too bad to play. I'm still getting used to it a bit on this fight especially,
Yeah.
but I am trying to use my shift signet at the moment.
Cool for sure.
I mean,
You
you
need
could
more
also put a
mesmers.
personal target on your mech if you want to know where it is, so you know when it would get blasted by the walls. That's maybe an option to get a bit more aware of the positioning from your mech.
What did you say about it? Positioning?
If you put a personal target on your mech, then you would always know where it is, and you could see when it gets blasted, when it is about to get blasted by the wall.
Okay, so we got all lucent
Yeah,
modes. We now just need many of
Aside
those.
from that, it's mostly just experience. I've never played Condi mech in here, or any kind of mech pretty much, so I don't know which walls you actually want to.
Yeah, I
shift
would not
to,
mind
which you
playing
don't
some
really
power
need to.
vert as well.
From what I could see, it's like
Plus more power will just help
you
cleave
can
down those
shift
malices
signet,
more.
like when the double wall comes out most time.
Yeah, especially the double wall from the boss.
But like
Double wall from
I
the
have-
side adds not so much. Yeah.
I have to occasionally use return to me or like return.
Does that build
to
with a bit more
basically have
practice?
the
I am very
move
comfortable,
with
and that's
me,
what I use for
so
HDCM
a bit
for
of-
all that time.
But the damage feels nice overall, yeah.
Yeah,
Right, let's go.
I'm trying to get some more attempt to see how it feels, but it doesn't feel too bad
Might
at the moment.
and glory.
The
I
thing you
feel
have to do,
furious.
that's different from the last you That's pretty much the biggest change in my head.
Did you see? You're finished.
We're getting better at swapping off focus, as quick as we need to. So that's encouraging.
Slice them apart. Blade storm. Sand shield us.
Yeah, I didn't actually CC there at all.
Sharp blades. Ready for more.
Now we can somewhat replicate our opener. But we're much better on those timings.
Sand shield us. Slice them apart.
try and cleave down some of them.
It's almost dead. It shoots.
Sharp blades. Sharp blades.
Dodge that. Jump. Success. Haven't had any mechanics for a bit, which is nice. Get ready to see C.
We were just getting that rage for the first time. Nice. We love it.
May the sand
Back to heart. Rune, what's up? It's wonderful to see you.
sharp stiff.
Our raids, it's going like pretty well right now. Our overall group damage has improved quite significantly, which is nice. Even mine has become a lot easier. I'll attack. Jump. Got him. Well, that was a success. Bruno, thank you for the follow.
I hadn't decided to do other positionings that last time again, but I think yes, this cushion.
Should not have done that. Overall, not too bad.
Yeah, this position is shit because I can't reach him with my barrier too, so shit.
Yeah, I don't know. We have somebody who always decides he doesn't want to be at his position right on the edge. But everyone in my subgroup can basically do it outside of me.
Let's just put the mech to me, so the mech is on the left, so the mech won't be on front. I don't know if it was the mech, but then you have less people competing at the front. At the front it should only be you and the Herald competing. If the mech is not there,
I feel furious.
then that may
Okay, so I have swapped sides. Good.
Okay. You may have seen that the ads from the double drops, the first ads is spawned in the portal, the first set, and the second set will start to appear when the drops are about to hit, and then spawn shortly after. If you're too far in the front, you don't have enough time to take them all the way backwards. But we want them to be somewhat stacked. How are we gonna solve this? The Scourge will be in the very back or in the very front
Where is
of the drops
this?
on the right
Alright.
side.
We'll
And
place some buy orders.
Wait. No, wrong. Yep, there's already know how to do the Scourge portal, right? There. Okay. There will be a Scourge portal after we do the first set of drops. So Desiree will open the Scourge portal before she drops the puddle
64?
from the back to the front or from the front to the back. And after the drops, the people who have the ads
thank
and
you
are
so
standing in the
much,
front
Jess. Just absolutely amazing. It's made a wonderful turkey salad with beetroot, lettuce, corn. That looks absolutely amazing. Thank you. Everyone, go check out Jess's amazing Twitch channel there, ConnorConCarne. Okay, let's continue placing some buy orders.
Visualization, how that should look in the fight. If so, let me just open the video. Let me just start a short stream. What we're gonna do there.
Let's bring this up
share
here.
Discord screen. You should see something now. Why can't I watch this video? Okay, let's just do it from. Should be in there as well.
Okay.
Where are the double drops?
Other strategies. This is called.
That's amazing. Thank you, Jess.
In the video description. Please over this Discord's looking for group system.
This.
Even though I'm the word,
Where is it?
much easier. Top of the and skirt. For these, one needs a specific ground for.
It's not in this video. Let's just do a quick. Let's open this in YouTube then. Don't know why Discord doesn't let me open it. I'll just stream YouTube then. Change stream to. No, that's my notes. That's the wrong.
Let's grab that, bring that up here.
Professional.
Oh, hi, Addy.
There it is.
See, I've actually picked up a new bed for Addy as well. You can see that on the floor.
At around 5 minutes in the video. Let's see. Quality of radiators. That is the collect, and afterwards is the scourge, is the chrono portal inside the hitbox for the ads. The fast ads are spawned at the edge.
As Addy says hello. Is this game free to play? It has a free to play trial, so the core game, as it was released in 2012, is free to play with some restrictions. But the game itself is a buy once, play forever kind of model. So you pay for the expansions, the DLC, it takes place between the expansions, and there's no sub fee. So you can play free to play, and there's hundreds of hours of content, and you can have a great time with that. But consider it a trial. The game itself isn't a free to play game compared to what you might be used to.
Dodge for the line, and then if they were at the front, we'll take the Scourge portal back, so they spawn all the stuffs here. See, all the ads are stacked here, all the lines are here. That's what we want to try, and the flower portal is in between, as you see here. That's what we're gonna do for this line right now. So we have the ads all properly stacked, and we have a less chance of them running in. Okay. Stream has ended. I'll do a ready check, and then we try and go again.
Yes, Commander.
Nope, and she's gone. Oh yeah, the graphics for Guild Wars 2, really, really good, especially for a 12-year-old game. Almost, what, 13 years old now. The art direction for the game is fantastic, and I'm not even running this absolutely cranked. Pretty good initial opener from me. Move back. Dodge in. Sidestep that mechanic. Chill on heart. That's good. We're starting to cue our skills a bit better as well. Cool, we got the evade, which is what I want. Just going to move back this way so we can cleave this a bit more. Back we go.
Go. Go. Splendid company. Sweet. Another. Wow. Ready for more.
Got it. Nice. We're going to take the Scourge portal out and dodge in. That was GG.
I mean, what you don't necessarily need to take the portal back if you don't feel safe about taking the portal back. You can either be a bit to the front and just dodge,
that up.
and you can just dodge forward as well.
Dinner is amazing. Thank you, Jess.
Funny. Music. Oh, game, tapping. I'm late.
I see you back
What
there.
game is that? We're playing Guild Wars 2. Just gonna back up. Dodge in just before it feels cool. Sidestep. Just chill out here. Dodge in. Let's start cleaving that down. Right there we go. Nice quick CC. And as legendary sigils, what are the benefit of those? It means at any point out of combat, you can swap sigils to anything you want. And when you have like 4 on-land ones, you never have to think about sigils for your on-land weapons again. But now we're at the stage where we're going for underwater ones, purely for the meme. It's pure just quality of life. Skills 2 still getting updates? Yes. We have a new expansion coming in October, and they're still leaking things about that. Not leaking things, teasing things. There we go. So yes, there are still many updates. We're a bit slow on some of our skills there. And Cope Urban, thank you, thank you for the follow. Your teaser equal official leaks. Yeah, that's it. They are official leaks. Spicy puddle there. jump. Oh, unsuccessful jump.
Did you see that?
Collect and then
Sharp blade, sharp mark.
we managed to Yep. Downstairs.
Sharp steel.
We should have
Slice with a bomb.
Don't greet and send greet afterwards.
Yeah, I was interested.
Yeah, that's I know it's a bit too late.
Splendid combination.
All coming together.
Start to disappear.
Splendid combination.
GG.
Doesn't last till the end. Please call it a little earlier.
Overall, our damage is getting better, so I'm happy with that. Be able to tell what far I was rocking. Yeah, power. That's good, because I'm relying far less on the actual distorts.
Yeah. I see that
Sharper
for
still.
Josh, damage has improved a bit. Have you gotten more comfortable with the wall jumps or just more comfortable in general?
I think it's more my fingers are warmer.
Oh, true. It's I forgot. It's how cold is it yours currently?
I think it's like 13 degrees or something.
15 degrees.
13. Okay, that's. I mean, that's still acceptable for this time of year. I'd say. No.
That's right. It's Australian winter though, so houses are usually colder inside than they are outside.
Wait, Josh, don't you want to then game in the backyard? This is like your chance.
He almost has gotten his water.
That's going to be 4 tonight here. Wow. That is freezing. Like, I'm definitely getting more comfortable with the fight,
Might and glory.
but we have not had a chance to actually practice our rotation of the golem.
What's a portal?
So it's probably just a bit more, we played this for a bit. And yeah, the fact that my hands are actually warmer means I can press
There he
things
is.
with far more dexterity. Which is good.
Water.
You know what? I will be getting after we're done with this lasagna.
And I'm not giving
Ooh,
booze.
nice.
Just as an action cap. It was more important to get
I
rid of
feel
them.
furious.
It's currently 28 degrees in the room. Oh, that is a lot. Hopefully you're able to stay cool, because yeah, that is very, very warm. I can actually delay my... I can delay my dodge there a little bit more. Okay, let's just wait. Just before... Yep, okay, so just before it fills.
Sharp blades, sharp iron.
We go close.
Sharp blade, sharp mouth.
Blade storm. Slice them apart.
Bit slow.
When the war starts, try to have more blades on board so you can just blast. Yeah, too many people ran from the right to the middle. Oh, left also. All ran to the middle. Yeah.
That's a bit hard one.
Yeah, the middle one there. So you need 3 per green. The middle one there was on me, who was on the group that goes to the ad to the collect. So if it's on me, the only people that should be in it is me, Sparse, and Desert, because
Yes,
we are
yes.
all coming together. So if you see it on,
That can be solved pretty easily that way. If you only see 2 greens on you, you just split them left, right, and don't care about the other green because that's on us.
yeah,
If you see 3, then you have to start thinking. If it's only 2, then not.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Somewhat, yeah, I still need to split 3-4 splits, but then doing 3-3-4.
It's also my passion's much more on point now, so that new drip is giving us improved confidence.
I feel furious. John 6.
In preparation.
Splendid competition. Take that.
It's a very important time for something.
Look at this, I have this, you got that. To be honest, I would do that as well.
So already one spirit has gotten in, so that's a bit problematic.
Ready for more.
Cool. Yeah, welcome and thank you for the stretch. We'll make sure I do it after this pull. Where is?
We'll try to get to the double drop so we can
And thank you for the hydrate as well.
do this.
Don't finish. I feel furious. Ready for more.
That's pretty bad.
Did you see?
It kind of has.
Sharp blades, sharp iron. Right.
And run away from the outside. So do damage then, okay.
It's good. We can actually sort of replicate our opener here.
Another. Dodge this.
Nice. I enjoyed the surf lob cuddles as well. Appreciate you popping in as always.
portal. Take it, take it, take it, take it.
Ready for more.
Sidestep. Dodge through that.
My pain is
It's nice just being a DPS for this, honestly.
Very nice.
ready for more. Safe from harm.
Need to work on that. Wall jumps are one of my biggest problems. Ow, welcome in, it's great to see you. And honestly, we're progressing like pretty well. Everyone's DPS is improving, most mechanics are getting cleaner. My keyboard stopped working. We're gonna have to fix that. Oh, I can't actually move. Oh no. Ah! Oh no. Sorry, my keyboard stopped working, so I'm doing what I can. Ah! Yeah. Skill clicking. Ah! Ah! Oh. Oh, hang on. We've got it. We got it. We're having to click our dodge bar. Oh no. Hang on. Ah! Oh. That's right, it's a good time for us to actually fix that. Skill clicking our dodge bar in Cerus CM. Let's try and fix that.
And walked in.
We'll work on that.
Eventually, yes, eventually.
Okay. I think it's okay now.
Taking
Take the portal out, it's not quite out, sorry.
grab what you can.
Go towards
I have
heart. Yeah. Heart.
31, not too bad.
Faro pre-placed portal on arrow. Rest the front.
Where's portal? Okay.
Open, yeah, sorry, I had to rest. That was my bad. Reset.
I tried to.
Yeah,
No rest
I
for
rest because nobody else. I rest because nobody else rests, so I missed the portal timing a bit. That was me being. I mean, the dancer should have been up way earlier, but nobody
Okay,
tried to press.
let's see.
I was on my way. Maybe
Cool.
call it.
There we go. I think I can actually do it now.
More important that you're focused on that. But just save.
Yeah, that was just my brain going. Yeah, rest the guy.
Yeah.
The healer syndrome.
Happens.
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when
I need to
there's
actually sort out my
the
keyboard issue.
server,
Honestly, it's probably a fresh Windows
please,
install kind of thing.
These orbs were so
Don't you just for oh, that
perfectly
food
just
there just made
running out
absolutely
and
amazing. It's like a
collecting
turkey,
them.
rice, lettuce,
There's
beetroot
one
salad. It was
person
really,
doing it
really good.
outside of me that were like 6 stacks for no reason.
Yep. I do the portal in case we need it, but don't feel obligated to take the portal. If you see the orbs just going all into the
About
box,
10 minutes
while they're
before we
outside
take a
rage,
break.
Just run out of the rage and collect the orbs while you do it. The portal is just there in case the orbs are all inside the rage and we need to get back quickly.
We basically had them all on one side. And
Yeah, I tried to
could
I just
have
wouldn't mind
I
after this
tried
next
to
break
do
swapping
towards
to
the orbs, but it was a bit
power.
off, so only one orb could be collected with the portal directly. Yeah. For the, I mean, we haven't been that often at that collect yet,
Spear,
so people
dagger,
don't have
sword,
that much experience for it.
power vert.
But
I'll swap.
the,
I won't do that like right now.
The raid will always be away from arrows, so if you're standing on arrow, you have an easy time running out of the rage, and you can watch the orbs while you're doing so, if they are there.
The Scourge portal after that, does it have to be specifically to X or anywhere else? Because we were kind of far away.
Yeah, should be X. It was also just me being not stacking properly.
So it should be X.
In we go.
Yeah, we haven't seen that part that often yet, so the people who have to do their specific roles or jobs there are not that experienced with it yet.
Dodge this.
Health. Vigor. Recovery.
Cool. Getting a feel for the rhythm of our rotation, which is nice.
Sharp blades. Sharp line. Splendid combination. Dodge this.
We got nicked by that.
I make a pretty good team.
Step there. Should not have moved there. Let's go grab some of these. There we go. Invulnerability frames carried through that. We're very happy about it.
Dodge this.
Opening, it's a very think about taking sharp take.
Leave those down. Not too bad. Just going to distort that just to be a bit lazy. Good jump. So stand back a bit. Very good CC. So always be attacking. Always be doing something useful. Really bad run of signets there. I forgot which weapon set I was on. Okay.
The split wasn't quite there. Yeah, there was 6-4 or 7-3 even at the start.
As I think someone mentioned earlier, are our subgroups changing every week?
Yes, that's a problem. Actually.
Yeah, classes are also changing. The DPS. That's mainly why I swapped stuff around. So in the Scourge sub, from now on, we will have Cloud always, Sin always, J0 always, Josh and the Faro. Let me just note that down as well, so I do remember that. Scourge sub will be...
A swap.
J0 obviously, Josh, Sin, Faro, Cloud, sub, Orbis, then
But I found out something interesting. I don't need a portal there. I can dodge into double F2 into F3 and I'm out of every shit I will ever see.
Oh, you mean the Scourge portal backwards?
On the split to portal back to the boss, I don't know who does it, I don't care. I can actually, in this moment, even if I'm right in the middle of every shit, dodge into
I think I will actually try power, just for something different. I think I vaguely remember it, and then...
Yep, it only works because you have so much mobility. I think, what other class can do this? Barely any, unless they have like a blink to the boss like sword on
That's an emote as well.
I could on Spectre maybe. I do run two wells.
By the way, since we did that in one run we didn't, do we do like 2-3 minutes break after 1 hour or?
When the food runs out, the food is about to run out.
Yeah, because food is about to run out in a minute.
Yeah, let's do break until...
Excellent, we're going to take a break, stretch our legs, we'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for 11 years, and a question I get asked all the time is, how do I make more gold? Don't worry friends, I've got you. Guild Wars 2 actually has an incredibly stable, well thought out economy. It just takes a little bit of knowledge to know how to take advantage of it to its fullest. Welcome back everyone. It's a very common problem in Guild Wars 2 for new players to struggle to make gold. This is because Guild Wars 2 functions a little differently than other MMOs when it comes to gold making. Other lesser games will simply flood your account with gold whenever you complete content, whereas Guild Wars 2 functions very, very differently. But worry not my friends, if you've been playing Guild Wars 2 for a little while, you are probably richer than you even realize. There is a very real chance that you are sitting on a veritable fortune and not even realizing it. So today we are going to delve into one of the key stores of wealth in Guild Wars 2, your material storage. First up, we'll touch on why the material storage is important. Rather than flooding your account with liquid gold every time you complete an event, Guild Wars 2 will typically reward you with materials, items, and currencies. This adds a few more steps to convert these into raw gold, but trust me, it is a good thing that this is the case. As has happened in many other MMOs in history, simply handing out liquid gold to players often results in hyperinflation. Now, hyperinflation is a catastrophic thing that can happen in any MMO economy. When inflation takes place, your gold becomes worth less and less, and your purchasing power, or the number of things that you can buy with your gold, becomes lower. Effectively, this makes the regular player poorer than when they started. An item that starts out at 50 silver becomes worth 5 gold the next week and 50 gold the next. And before you know it, you are having to start printing trillion-dollar bills in order to make sense of it all. Eventually, gold becomes effectively worthless and the entire game's economy stops functioning. This makes the game less approachable to new players and means returning players come back to all their hard-earned gold being effectively worthless. There's even a notorious example of this with the game Gaia Online. Here, the developers introduced gold generators, items that will create gold for you automatically each day as a means to very quickly increase revenue. The value of gold decreased, with items that were previously worth thousands of gold now costing billions. Old players simply saw their entire savings vanish. Whereas in Guild Wars 2, with the rewards being structured primarily around materials and currencies, we can step around this problem. By rewarding you with materials, you then have to go and list them on the trading post if you want to convert them to gold. And whenever you do this, you are going to incur a 5% listing fee whenever you list an item, and a 10% exchange fee when your item is eventually sold. This is one of the many ways that Guild Wars 2 rips gold out of the economy and counteracts the risk of hyperinflation taking place. In fact, Guild Wars 2 has one of the most stable in-game economies that I have ever seen. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for 11 years now, and the gold that I have on my account is worth a similar amount to what it was worth shortly after the game's launch, at least compared to so many other games out there. And now to make the most gold with the items in your material storage. Now, this will sound very obvious for experienced players, but I run into this question all the time on my streams. Put it simply, sell what you don't need and keep what you do. You need to set aside the need to hoard every material you get in case you might need it later. Guild Wars 2 isn't set up for you to easily farm the specific materials that you need. Instead, you're going to want to sell what you don't need to other players in order to get gold. You will then use that gold to buy materials that you do need. And if you're worried about selling an item with the risk that you may need it later, I'm going to reassure you, do not worry about it. When the time comes around when you actually need that item again, there's a decent chance that you have farmed up multiple of what you need. And worst case, you can simply repeat the process and sell what you don't need and buy what you need again. Avoid the urge to hoard all of your materials. It is only going to make it take longer and longer for you to reach your goals. If you want to quickly see at a glance how much gold is in your material storage, I highly recommend linking your Guild Wars 2 account with Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. Here you can view exactly what is in your material storage at any point and see just how much they're going to sell for. Guild Wars 2 Efficiency is the single greatest website I can recommend if you're looking to increase your gold making in Guild Wars 2, so 100% recommend you do this. I've somewhat recently gone and purged my material storage to fund some extra legendaries, and here I'm still sitting on almost 900 gold worth of materials that I could liquidate right now if I needed. Now, beyond simply selling your materials directly to the trading post, there are ways where you can increase the gold you make from your material storage. Your next step is to use these materials to craft things that other players need and then sell them for a profit. There are so many different items you can craft, and the best ones change depending on what the economy is doing and what items are in demand. However, here are some of the key items that I've been doing recently, and they've made me a significant chunk of gold. So much so, I've been able to fund 2 accounts just by doing this. For quartz crystals, you can convert 25 of these into a charged quartz crystal once a day. You can then use this to craft celestial weapons and armor, which sell for a very tidy sum on the trading post. You can also craft a piece of Skyscale food as well, which is a very consistent way to make some gold. I regularly use black diamonds that have dropped for me to craft Viper's weapons and armor, a very in-demand stat combination, has been for years and will be forevermore. Mithril, silk, and thick leather I use to craft ascended crafting materials, which I then turn into other useful things. One of these being tier 10 Jadebot cores. These use up a lot of materials as well as research notes. But aside from the research note crafting, this is a very easy, consistent way to make some extra gold. I also craft jeweled damask patches, as these can also use up a lot of the Heart of Thorns currencies that you may have piling up. Personally, I've been maxed out on these materials for years, so having a sink for them is incredibly valuable. I'll often craft Cryptus motivations as well, as these are used to juice the rewards that you get from farming your rifts, which makes these rifts even more profitable and speeds up your progress towards open world legendary armor. These are just a selection of the items that I craft, and these will change over time. So always try and be on the lookout for things that you can craft in order to turn a profit. As a general rule, if there is a useful item that has a few steps involved in its crafting, it's going to result in a much better profit than if you just sold the materials outright. Don't worry about trying to find something to craft for every item though, just focus on a handful at a time and then just sell the rest of the materials that you don't need. This is exactly what I do, and I have 56 legendaries to this account, and gold is never an issue. And that, my friends, is where a huge chunk of your gold is going to be tied up. It is going to be hidden from you in your material storage. To have the most fun with this game and push you towards your goals faster, you first need to figure out what you do need and what you don't. You can then see if there are any useful items you can craft for more profit. If not, simply sell your materials and use the gold to buy the things that you actually want. If you do this, you'll achieve your goals so much faster, and if you don't, you're going to find yourself always low on gold and make the game unnecessarily grindier for yourself. And while Guild Wars 2 typically rewards you with materials and not a lot of liquid gold, there are exceptions to this. One of them being Fractals of the Mist. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Down.
Oh, I don't need to put my own station.
That's the
There we go.
We're all back. Let me put one food for later and myself.
Thank you.
I'll put down another rib, because some people do not have.
Gee, let's pop down.
Do you know what? I also put one of these.
Yeah, we could also start doing
Get your
Much
your
food.
guild swiftness boost. Oh, that's
Okay, there we go.
Oops.
What's this game? We're playing Guild Wars 2.
Whoops, I pressed double.
Yeah, Eddie is an awesome name. Alright, so we're trying power now for a bit of a change.
Need to oh yeah, we're dropping cilantro and just know.
Not peppercorn.
Oh, there's both.
Orbis, you know the very
Guys, welcome in.
they can use in here on the birds.
Hey, go on, Boxy. It's great to see
End
you.
of Dragons has a story mission where you talk to the what's she called again in Saturn Province, where you go to her mansion and talk to her.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that did the Jade Tech Invention stuff. There is one story mission that you go to her mansion, and there is some food in there that lasts only 5 minutes. It's celestial food, which has the damage reduction, I think, and another buff on top of that. But it only takes lasts 5 minutes, so you just need to primary buff. That's what we did last year. So plan just to open the story mission, and then we got that thing on the
Sidestep that. Away the Well's name story mission. That's good to know. I might have to like think of that at some point.
Bless you. Thank you, lad.
Might and glory.
It was in February. Wow.
Sharper still.
Alright. Is this LCM? No, just regular CM.
Ooh, yeah, I'm low, but...
I feel furious. I make a pretty good team. Blade rain.
Okay. There we go. I've memorized the rotation again.
I make a pretty good team. Slice them apart.
Okay, getting your daily done. Wonderful.
Bigger. Recover. I make a pretty good team. Sharper still.
There we go. Just wait. Got mechanic there. Nice.
Did you see that?
Start taking it, start taking it. It's safe, it's safe. Take.
Nope.
Why? I did not expect that. There were so many people in front, but apparently not stacked enough. Oh, the ads. You lost target. Did you have the ads targeted? I mean, if you had the boss targeted, then...
Let's check on the actual build here.
Huh.
Right.
I blame Riot. Riot!
Sounds fair to me.
I mean, the CNN stands for consistency.
Riot!
Let's just double check. I'm not running. Okay, good. Well, just double check.
Why blame Riot when you can also blame Tencent instead?
There we go. Just checking I actually had the right right stuff.
Of blaming NCSoft instead of ANET.
I guess. I just always say Riot. It's funny.
How can you don't?
I will remain lost.
Once again, I ask you to not. No, disrespectfully, not picking up this.
Bigger. Recover.
back and clear that one a bit. Regret.
Ready for more.
Range just waits.
Bigger. Sharp blade, sharp mind. Did you see it? Build them full of holes!
There we go. Perfect. Targo, thank you for the follow. Go. Oh boy.
I didn't see anything this time around. Luckily the wall was okay.
Jump. Success. Wrong one.
I'm out of endurance. Ready for more. No escape.
Did you see?
Yeah.
By my will.
Sharp blades. Sharp
Be using F1 over F2.
Okay,
That was unfortunate.
What happened there? Somebody took the portal too early?
Yes.
And then also two people didn't find the portal or dodged wrong. You basically want to either distort, and if you don't have, Foro can also just use spare 3, any Mesmer that has a spare. Or when the dodge is like 80-90% finished, the puddle, the circle for the puddle, the expanding circle, that's when you want to dodge. You want to dodge really, really early. Just make sure you don't drop the puddle past the portal.
So this rotation is slightly different.
Yeah,
Phantasmal Lance and Sign of Ether. Find the gap.
Nice. It's
Phantasmal Lancer. That's by 1,000 cuts.
To be honest, we have 3 words and 2 heralds. If you're for your feeling too far away, just stack or infuse light closer to the portal. You can basically distort it. So there's no reason to be far away, actually.
yeah. We talked about the Scourge portal.
Yeah, I'm trying to delay it a little.
Some alternative skills.
Because I'm positioning myself so I can still hit the boss, which makes me fancy, and I keep
There we go.
missing it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to delay that.
Thank you. Sorry.
We are just gauging how to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get those.
I mean, at least the Mesmer portal is better to see now for the flower.
I feel furious.
People, so they have less chance of not seeing
Sharp blades. Dodge this. Drop them in two. Suffocate.
That's a bad one of them for me.
Sharp blades.
Got bopped by that.
Sharper still.
very nice.
Bigger. Recover.
I'm trying to fall into only
I mean, yeah, for that one, that is not important.
Swift and steady.
I feel furious.
Otherwise, continue doing some damage, okay, it's fine.
Blade storm.
Might as well back to Condi. I do need some more time on the golem to actually get the most value out of this.
Sharp blade, sharp knife.
Did you see that? Slice them apart. Ready for more.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap back, I think. Just need a bit more time on this.
Sharp blades.
Dodge this.
Cancelling a few skills there, which is not ideal. Oh boy.
You mean the position or the timing?
The timing, because I'm pretty sure the Deathscrop could not take that. Because I saw them, and from my perspective,
Let's
I
swap
saw
back.
the Malice and then I saw the portal open.
Huh. I thought it was on time because I had one Malice on us. But yeah, it did it pretty close. Agree with that one a little bit too much because I also collected orbs and had to blink a bit further and run. Maybe, yeah. I'll check afterwards.
So yeah, let's see how that goes now. Like, I think with a bit more practice, because it's honestly been a few months since I've played Power Vert with any real regularity, we can get that DPS up there. But just, not quite there for now. So let's go back to this.
Vigor. Recovery.
Sharp blades. You're finished. Sharp blades.
Sort that. Pay attention and deal with those mechanics. Back it up.
Not yet after this.
This is it.
Very nice.
Just adjust our rotation a bit there. There we go. Launch in. Perfect. Still carrying through those evade frames.
Splendid combination.
Nice.
Sharp blades. Sharp minds.
Sharp blades, sharp minds.
Slice them up.
Guys, if the pulse are that close, I'll have to ask you to put them further away, because sometimes that is just killing people. It just needs a slight bit of inattentiveness from the person not seeing the puzzle in all the crap that is happening, and then we have a downset and can reset. That's just several minutes wasted for just greeting a few inches closer to the boss. We can't have that happen. The first drop you can somewhat greet on that double drop, but the second one is the real one with the puddles that will hurt. So take care of the second drop that happens.
Another.
I wonder if we replace... I wonder if this will actually be better. It's one less thing for me to slot into my rotation.
That is not something that the healers can really assist you with. They can keep you alive for a bit longer, but if a puddle is somewhere where we have to walk through, then the whole squad will have issues.
Yep.
Chubby fingers.
Swift and steady.
Yeah, it was next to rifle 5, and
Another.
I slid off the number 5 key.
No.
I feel furious. Ready for more. Sharp blades, sharp mind.
A little bit slow.
All happening.
Five in. Definitely is tanking my DPS like a noticeable amount, not running 1,000 cuts.
Rain jars for
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
It's rage, it's rage. You can start moving to
You're spitting chunks.
How'd that be? Excruciating?
And take the port out, dodge on, port through, spam, there we go. Walk through. So that obviously...
You also did the stupid. It was not only me. Do you have that?
Obviously,
somehow?
Defiance
When you
bar
do
was
a
good.
When you do a blink or anything, that sometimes your camera just about faces completely in a different direction.
Oh yeah, I have that. I used
Yeah, that made me just run into the big wall twice.
I used to have that on HTC.
HTC,
Angel, thank you for the shout out, mate. I appreciate you.
When I just
Return the
blink
favour.
from my Jorma green back or from any green pretty much, then it just about faces. I have no idea why. I'm sure you could ask some
Everyone, go make sure you check out Bandrel as well.
and they would have an answer for that, but or maybe
So we're making a
just
few mistakes. Overall, mine's improving, which is nice. we'll just distort those. It's far safer. There we go. Just move back a bit so we can cleave that down. Okay, we're doing pretty well for DPS now. Oh, cool. I'm actually at a point where I can kind of just do my regular opener. Walk through.
Splendid trial. Vigor. Recovery.
Should swap there. It's good. Everything else about RPC has been mostly stable today, which is fun. Unfortunate.
My camera did the spin, yeah, and I blinked to the mouse and sort of away from it. Let me show what key is my about face that I don't have that close to anything. Camera.
We've got most of those coming in.
Where's about face? It's not on the camera, it's on the movement. What? Okay, okay. Surely that's a movement skill, right? About face, not a camera. Yeah, it's away from the rest. I don't know why it just does that.
I don't have it bound.
Huh?
I don't have it bound.
I mean, I could not have clicked it with where it was. That's the weird part.
That's a lot of Lucent modes. It is, yeah. We're going to be crafting a legendary sigil after this, so I had to place a big old buy order on the trading post.
Sharp blade, sharp line.
Blades. You're finished.
Cool, we successfully dodged that.
Sharp blade.
Shouldn't have tried to dodge through that. That was silly.
Yeah, we have pretty good kills now on the thing, so I should make nothing.
Better not cancel some of those casts. That just eats a whole bunch of damage.
Splendid combination. Sharp blades, sharp
Actually swap weapons there correctly. Definitely delayed a bunch of skills there. GG.
He'd already GG.
Stupid question, has someone else really high input delays at the moment, even though having a low ping?
That has been the case since the patch with the instances. So I have had it in Harvest Temple, I've had it in the Week 4, especially Deimos, I've had it in here as well. Especially here it feels like you don't have quickness even though you have sometimes.
I pressed 3 times dodge this time and it didn't
There is
dodge.
efficiency
It's so
list.
fucking annoying.
Yeah, this
There
instance
we
has
go.
always been a bit spicy, and ever since the patch, I think it got a bit worse even. I have no idea why, but can't really do anything about that. Yeah, for me it's mostly on weapon skills, especially on stuff like kits. Where you swap your weapon skills out completely, like grenade kit or a firebrand tome or a...
I've got about another 15 or so minutes, so overall our damage is better, but we're struggling to getting past
There were somebody
some
who
key
went
mechanics.
down. I also barely was alive because my character just refused to dodge.
Is it something that Descrops said?
It was that one. Twice.
I'm almost wondering about just putting Blink on here to help deal with some sus mechanics.
Maybe it is animation, maybe it's skill priority, and that's something else.
No, I didn't press anything on the second pass, on the second try. It just didn't activate.
Does a character have to face that way? Then maybe it's that you're pressing the right mouse button for action cam and your character is facing the way.
Look in the direction I'm looking at the moment.
Curious.
It doesn't care.
Okay. Then I have no idea what it is. That would have been the explanation.
Let's just try it.
Then it's maybe just your client currently that you have to restart, or
I
it's
feel
the instance
furious.
in general. I mean, the instance
I make a pretty good team.
close to the edge.
I mean, it's not doing terribly. Even our rotation itself hasn't been particularly amazing.
Sharp blades, slice them apart.
Not bad, not
Another. Ready for more. You're finished.
Like, Blink does make me moving through the arena a bit easier, but I am of course trading a bit of DPS from it, which doesn't...
Did you see that?
Also just means I don't have to worry about Scourge ports, because I'm also struggling a little bit seeing them. Yeah, I don't love it. Missing out on the extra shatters is a pretty noticeable DPS hit.
Splendid company.
A few stacks in, that's spicy. Open, hitbox. Starts, then you're taking, take.
Vigor. Recovery. My pain.
Blade storm.
That's how you're finished.
Side step. Get ready to jump this one.
Vigor.
I always struggle with that.
Sharper still.
Splendid company.
Very nice.
Sharp blades. Sharp mind. Splendid company. Right. Sharper still. No escape. Slice them apart.
Sweet and steady.
Release.
There we go.
Sharp blades. Sharp mind.
Should not have done that.
Blade storm. Might. I say fury.
Alexius, welcome
Did
in.
you miss the dodge?
I dodged way too early.
Ah, you dodged way too early and got still hit by the drops.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So it wasn't the puddles, it was... Yeah, I saw you die pretty much instantly, that wasn't puddles then, yeah. You would have gone downstairs.
I mean, Blink's nice, but
Okay.
obviously Signal of Illusions is just like so good.
Uh,
This looks hard. This is very hard. I'm going very well, Phil. How about yourself?
I was seeing like 20 awaits popping up on my screen.
yeah, the dodge in place, I had that When did I have that? Yesterday.
It's a lot different when you don't turn invulnerability with you, but so that's probably one of my hardest things at the moment.
Yeah, it's at some point you just learn to trust.
How good Rockins PvP today? Awesome. Best of luck in PvP. Alex, you're so glad you got the mounts figured out between Hot and Path of Fire, because man, the game really didn't teach you how to obtain them. Yeah, it doesn't make it particularly apparent, especially past the first four, your Raptor, Springer, Skimmer, and Jackal.
I remember that.
Vigor.
Yeah, we did during that. We had 6
Hey, great dude, how's it going? We're on EU at the moment, but thanks for the offer.
During that time, we learned how to dodge because, I mean, we literally had to.
Yeah, understandable. You literally don't have your defensives, so you have to rely on other defenses.
Yep. It's just.
I had no idea the mastery system worked. It does take a little bit to get your head around, but it's so worth it once you do.
Normal mode, the paddle timings are on the sides and anywhere.
Oh my gosh, way too late. Sorry.
Like, it's weird because sometimes I have good timing and sometimes I don't.
Blade, sword. Sharper steel. Dodge this. I make a pretty good team. Sharp blades. Sharp. Blade, sword.
Sidestep. Keep an eye. Where is it? There we go. Let's move back a bit and cleave this. Slow. I need to really work on preempting when that's coming in.
Sharp blade.
Dodge this.
Sand, shield us. Another.
Oh, there we go.
I make a pretty good team.
Try it.
Blade, sword.
On my feet.
This one's a pretty chill. Let's distort that. Buy it. sure I don't interrupt my CC there. Oh, I didn't get it. Nice. Makes me very happy.
Another. 1,000 cuts.
Let's move through the boss. Actually get on the group. Take the Scourge port out. Blink back immediately.
Another.
Make sure I'm not too close there. Wrong side. Oh, good. Hey.
A splendid combination.
Now just go about our business. Oof. 23% is new PB though.
That's the thing we have seen the first time now.
That's good.
Oh gosh, I should going.
Yeah.
Grab double. Oh, there was split.
Collect.
It's hard seeing those Scourge portals.
Yep, Desera, you take us out of the rage.
Somewhere, or...
Yeah.
21.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
I did the stupid, that was my bad. Oh no. Okay.
Just spread out, just wide.
Yes, spread out and go towards boss. And what we actually want to do, the first safe...
Seeing 20% now. That's good.
To 10% is during this green. During this green is, if you have good damage, where we would face to 10%. We had a few people dead and haven't seen the mechanics up to this point before. But that's where we want to be with 10% if possible. When the green is spawning, we want to be at like 11%.
The one thing I really need to do is actually...
the earliest possible timing.
I need to not dodge in as quickly with the despair circles because I'm actually placing them closer to the group than I otherwise should be, so I need to really work on that.
So, few things. What will happen after the portal back with the flower that we did there? Hafaro did the portal flower good, perfectly, had proper alacrity, so had enough cooldown reduction for the second flower to be able to portal us back. After that portal, there will be the green that we had, and we do the wall bait again, like we did when we go back to the boss after the second split at 50%. Then we do the wall bait, we do the same thing there. We just move slightly to the left, so we have triangle in view. We do a skirt portal immediately after the green.
I need to get a bit more gold on hand.
Skirt portal, and then go back. It may have been a bit hard to see.
I also need to buy like a ton more obsidian shards as well.
Scourge portal will be on tag. It wasn't quite on tag, so I had to go right a bit as well. Most people were on tag. Scourge portal was a bit too far to the right, so some of you didn't get it yet. But that's what we want to do there. After that flower, we pretty much have the double wall thing, or the wall
63?
thing again, or the wall jumps.
Oh, no, not 163.
And then
63.
it's a bit more mechanics like collect again, a rage where we portal out, and after that rage, where we portal back in again, there will be a secondary rage from the side ad. We just sidestep out of it, and I will do a chrono portal for the malice away. And after that malice, there will be the drops, and we dodge inwards with those. We just form a circle around the boss and dodge inwards. So we have all the space around
Place
the boss,
order, please.
where we won't have to move out anymore until 10%.
Nice.
Then it's the green, and if we face there, then all good. If not, then there is a bit more mechanics like a wall or malice adds. But yeah, let's do one final last pull with the 6 minutes of food that we have left, and then that will be for today. Yeah, these are pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Let's try. Oh, there, yeah. We go slightly left of triangle again, like we do with heart and squiggle.
Excitement's real. We're getting there. Like 20% now. That's good.
Done pretty well for the first time there, and
That's good. DPS on Condi Vert is improving. I would be keen to practice power more because I know I can pull higher numbers on power quite easily. Get ready to swap back as soon as we can. Pretty good. Move in and cleave that one. Back step out of that.
didn't even get to see the green explode. That was very nice. Sharp blades, sharp
Dodge this. Blade storm.
Sweetness. Did you see it?
And then go over here just before it fills, dodge in. Got our timing down. Oop. I went the wrong way. It's not very oakley-doakleys of me.
Sharp blades, sharp iron. You're finished.
Did you see that?
Blade storm.
Sharp blades, sharp iron.
Dodge this.
Take it.
Blade storm.
Just cleave some of these on the way.
Drops are safe to step on.
Beeline. I hate this jump.
I feel furious.
Some blackity because I got boon writ. Let's do that. Oh boy.
Sharp blade, sharp right. Eyes and soul.
Oof, I went in too soon. It's me going too soon. So yeah, I got a bit too keen there.
I make a pretty good team.
And young.
That's frustrating. Didn't have enough duration.
Besides, they don't get blasted by the thing.
How does distort work there? I feel like I should have had enough to survive that. Clearly I didn't. There's either didn't have enough duration or there's an interaction there I'm not aware of.
No, we should
Let's
stop
check.
to the right of our
Okay, yes, sorry.
we need to
Guild
cleave.
Wars 2 is Cerus CM.
Like this one that's further out. And get some group.
Yeah, too hot. Tag and move backwards from this
X portal, you have to move.
You can only distort the drop, not the AoE ticks. Okay. Distort only negates the initial impact, not the ticking after. That's what's getting me.
Hitbox, all take.
So I need to actually make sure I like distort and then like dodge on to the actual portal rather than
Very nice.
letting them land, distort, and then walking. So that's what was screwing me there.
There will be the skirt ball on tag. Do the flower around triangle. The skirt ball was a bit spicy.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah.
I had cooldown, actually.
Oh, you got blasted by a wall.
But not much. It was
Yeah, I guess then you
like half a second or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. But it should be fine.
I mean, also we had a bit more damage despite Sin being or Josh being dead there. So yeah, cooldown will be very spicy if you don't have alacrity. That's both for you there and for Hafaru between those two flowers.
So there I should
Hafaru is doing fine on the alacrity.
basically find a safe spot to
Just
stand,
distort
take
the
note of where the
furthermore,
port is,
so it doesn't lose alacrity.
stand like right on the edge of another
Yeah, it's just a bit more
pool.
practice and then you can get there.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. Alright, that was the last run for today. Orbis,
But overall we saw 20%.
post the logs again. Do we have... yeah, Josh has the HTCM, the Cerus log channel as well. They
That should
all
be
in
working.
there. Okay, yeah, it's worth.
Get banned again? No.
Nah. Yeah, Orbis notorious spammer. Yeah, but I'll check the logs, and then I'll see what kind of feedback I can provide, and I will either do so during the week or before the next session if it's something not too.
But overall, yeah, progress there was good.
Overall, yep, damage was good. I think the people who sometimes can improve on damage a little bit is George. I'm not sure about dodges, if that is a ping thing or not. Do you have any idea how we could resolve this, George?
I need to finesse my timing to jump the wall. That one's getting me more often than not. And I've somewhat got the timing down for the despair circles. But yeah, I just need to actually be consistent on that.
I mean, if you're fine with the timing for the drops, because the timing for the flowers is rather lenient and you shouldn't die if you have little stacks if you get hit by one, your own. You may also just want to distort the fast wall in case you have more issues with that, because it's quite a bit more ping reliant, that one, than the despair drops are, because you have way less of a timing window.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot next week.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the damage that's killing you, but losing protection. That's pretty much what's blasting you in the face there, and then not having might, of course, your damage will suffer. Yeah. That's pretty much the only advice I could give. Try to distort them if you can do the puddle as well.
What does this distort protect? Is that the damage or the boon rib?
Yes.
Both.
Both, okay.
From the small wall. But for the big one, I've never done the science to face tank it to see what happens for the big wall with distort, but the small wall distort saves you from everything. And the wall jumps usually only happen with this fast wall anyways, so if you're unsure, distort them and you keep your stuffs.
Excellent, we'll do that, and that should work pretty well.
Thanks for the runs, guys. We got some improvement. We even got to see where we could possibly face to 10% for the first time. We had like 19 or 20% on the boss, but 3 people.
Yeah, 19%.
Quickness, I think. So if we had all alive there, we would have been closer to 10%. I think we would have gone to like 14%. So we would have had the second timing window to face probably. But yeah, I'll start looking into that. For the next session or the session after, so we have some more instructions there. And that should be it for today. Thanks for joining, guys, and have a good Sunday afternoon.
Excellent, catch you later.
Thank you.
See ya.
Very nice. We're going to go take a break, stretch our legs, stock up on some water, and yeah, we'll see everyone in a few minutes. When ConnorConCarne first launched with Heart of Thorns 8 years ago, it was the best and only quickness and alacrity provider in the game. And today, we're taking a trip back to a simpler time.
You've got to come back with me!
After 8 years of balance patches, expansions, pandemics, and economic collapse, ArenaNet has gifted us something special. So today, we're covering what is unquestionably the most flexible build in Guild Wars 2, the boon sharing ConnorConCarne. Welcome back, everyone. Over the past few months, ConnorConCarne has been my go-to support class whenever I jump into endgame PvE. No matter which raid I do or which strike I'm commanding, I can change up my build to cover whatever the group needs. With a single trait change, we can go from providing quickness to covering alacrity to even pumping on an exceptional DPS build. No need whatsoever to change your gear. Not only that, you basically have complete freedom to bring whatever utility skills you need to hard carry your team to victory. Mesmer in general is known for having access to some of the best utility skills in the game, with Portal for team-wide mobility, Feedback for outstanding reflex, and mass invisibility for squad-wide stealth. Plus, with ConnorConCarne's access to Continuum Split, you can squeeze double the use out of each of your skills whenever you need. Guild Wars 2 has one of the best combat systems I've ever seen, and ConnorConCarne just lets you experience even more of that. To put simply, Chrono takes the best that Guild Wars 2 has to offer and gives you even more of it. But that's enough of my gushing, it's time to jump in. When you become a ConnorConCarne, you get access to Shield as an offhand weapon, which has an amazing block and the absolutely loaded Tides of Time skill. We won't be using it on this build, but we will on the new and improved Heal Chrono build. but that's for another video, my friends. You also get access to well skills for some powerful AoE effects. Your shatter skills have also changed. Mind Rack becomes split second, so now when you shatter, your clones explode twice instead of once. Rewinder replaces Cry of Frustration. You still inflict confusion and damage foes, but now the recharge of the shatter is reduced by 3 seconds for each clone that you use. Time Sync replaces Diversion, so you now inflict a shorter duration days compared to Diversion, but you now also apply slow to enemies as well. Most importantly, you now get access to Continuum Split, which is the single most unique skill in Guild Wars 2. And if I were to describe it simply to someone I met on the street, it would basically be... You activate it to save your current health, position, and current cooldowns. While it's active, you can use whatever skills you want. It will last longer the more clones that you shatter, and when it runs out, you're reset to your starting position with your health and cooldowns intact. You're then free to cast your skills again straight away. It basically lets you travel back in time and use your skills twice. There's countless ways to use this skill, and each one is more incredible than the last. And now we'll touch on our gear and food. For our gear, we're using a mix of Berserkers and Assassin's gear to hit 100% critical chance. I've included the exact combination of gear that I use on the screen, and I'll also include a link to the build in the description below so you can check back on it later. Hitting 100% critical chance when you're fully buffed with Fury is incredibly important to power DPS classes. Every time you don't crit, you're missing out on a huge amount of damage due to your critical hits being powered up by your ferocity. Chronomancer is a class that needs a lot of help to reach crit cap, so you'll be using more pieces of Assassin's gear than you're used to. There are lots of different combinations of gear, runes, sigils, and food that will get you there. This one I recommend because you can use the standard power and ferocity food that all other power classes use, so you don't need to buy a separate food. We'll be taking Rune of Infiltration for the extra power and precision you need to crit cap. As is the case for a lot of power builds, we'll be taking Sigil of Force and Impact for the flat damage increase you get to strike damage. If you are struggling to keep up boons, you can swap out Sigil of Impact for Sigil of Concentration. This will give you an extra 10% boon duration at the cost of some damage. As a boon support build, the most important thing you can do is make sure that your team has 100% quickness or alacrity uptime, whichever is the one you're providing. So Sigil of Concentration can give you a nice cushion if you need it. We'll be taking Relic of the Thief for a simple 5% damage modifier, and for our consumables, we'll be taking Sous Vide Steaks and Superior Sharpening Stones, or any power and ferocity food that fits your budget. For our weapons, we'll be taking Dagger, Sword, and Greatsword. If you need to group mobs together, you can run offhand focus instead of Sword. However, Sword is going to be your highest DPS option. The best thing about Chronomancer weapons after Secrets of the Obscura is launched is that we can also equip Dagger instead of main hand sword like we used to. This means that each of your weapon sets is fully ranged, and Dagger is far easier to use compared to Sword. Being able to attack from range sets this build apart from the incredible Power Quickness Herald, and means you'll likely be able to achieve higher damage on boss encounters where you can't always be in melee range. For our Dagger skills, Flying Cutter will launch a blade at your target, and if you hit them 3 times within a few seconds, you'll cause a flurry of blades to hit them. This attack pierces and works from 1200 range, which is incredible. Blade Cook will throw a cone of 3 daggers in front of you, which will then return to you and strike your target again. If you hit an enemy with this attack, you'll generate a clone. Even though this skill has 1200 range, you want to be somewhat close to your target to make sure that all 3 blades land, due to it being thrown out in a cone shape. Unstable Blade Storm will create a storm of daggers that will attack nearby enemies every second. Just some nice AoE damage overall. On Sword, Illusionary Riposte will let you block and create a clone if you're attacked. You can also activate it again to fire Counterblade, which will fire a bolt to daze your target. Phantasmal Swordsman will strike your target and summon a Sword Phantasm. If the first strike hits, you'll gain 8 stacks of might. The Phantasm here actually does a few things. It will first leap towards your target, which creates a leap finisher for itself. Then it will attack 8 times with Blurred Frenzy, the Mesmer Sword 2 skill. This skill is important because it provides you with a ton of Fencer's Finesse stacks due to one of our traits, which just translates to extra ferocity. If you choose to equip Focus, Temporal Curtain will summon a wall of energy that will give swiftness to your allies and cripple enemies. You can then activate it again to pull nearby enemies together, This is the main reason you're going to want to take focus, so you can pull groups of enemies together for you and your team to burst down. Phantasmal Water will summon a phantasm that attacks nearby foes 12 times and blocks projectiles as long as you stand in it. On Greatsword, Spatial Surge will fire a beam of energy at your foe, which will deal more damage the further. Behold, we have returned. And overall that was pretty good there tonight. It's good. Our DPS has improved quite significantly, which is great. Very happy to see that. And it's good to know that we can distort the little wall there, because that mechanic is one that's getting us all the time. So if we can avoid that, that will be exceptional. Okay, now I do need a little extra gold to actually make this work for our legendary. So let's sell off some more of these. So we can convert that into a bit of extra gold. Let's also see if Straits of Devastation is active. But well done tonight, everyone. DPS was up there, and I think I would really like to try out some Power Vert as well. But that I just need to spend a little bit of time on the Golem. Let's see. Ah, it's up. Nice. Okay, let's just buy 1,000,000... a million of these. 1,000,000 obsidian shards. And Sarah, what do you think of the new possible Elite Spec reveals? I'm very excited for it. Elite Specs are some of my favorite content in all of Guild Wars 2, so getting more of them, I'm very happy with. Cool, let's grab all those.
You rarely see
Let's use... Ah, dang, yeah. Okay, let's deal with all our rares. There we go, and I guess these we can just sell. Cool, those will go. Eat that. Eat that. Can we just salvage that? Can't, but we can salvage that. That can just go.
Highest standards.
And thank you, Sufferings, I appreciate that. Like, overall they were pretty good. And yeah, just got a few things to refine on my end. If I can improve DPS anymore, that will be great. And yeah, it's really helpful to know that I can distort those walls there. Because that's also one of the main areas where I am struggling with a bit. So that will make our lives much easier.
Threshold achieved.
Okay. That's kind of taken care of now. So that is now done. So we'll take a look around at any of our other characters. What we'll also do is do some Griffin adventures here. We've always hoped they take pre-existing weapons and add an alternate set of weapon skills. Necro Staff, Guardian Hammer, that would be really cool. Sparse, welcome in, and Sin as well. Well done tonight, everyone. That was very good. Furthest we've gotten on one of those pulls there, 19%, which was great. And yeah, thank you for the tips as well as to what I can and cannot distort. That will make my life much easier. Thank you, Sin. I really appreciate that. And yes, great job to you and everyone else there. So that was really, really good. But yeah, I think if I can squeeze in some time to just dust up my power virtuoso rotation, I wouldn't mind playing some of that, because yeah, the burst we can get on that is really, really good. Plus, honestly, I find that rotation to be a bit more agreeable in terms of my ping, because it's a bit slower paced. But hey, like, Vert is working. I probably shouldn't try and change that too much. You got a fire to instruct you on greeting power Vert. True. Less range though? Yeah, less range. Like, we still have some, so it's not, you know, completely rangeless. Next week you'll come and not greet as much. We're going to slay? Hell yeah. No, like we did really, really well this week. Is Guild Wars 2 already too big, too fast start as a new player? Not at all. Guild Wars 2 is honestly a great game to start off as a new player. Because the game itself is quite easy to approach for new players. Let's just do some griffining here. It doesn't take long to reach max level and to get endgame ready gear. Like honestly, it's probably a few hours after reaching max level, which in itself probably only takes you about 15-20 hours. You can be basically good to go for almost all areas of endgame. But it's an incredibly fun game. The community is incredibly welcoming, so it's a really good time to jump in as a new player. I recommend it. And it's got no sub fee as well, and a great free-to-play trial. Like the core game as it released in 2012 is free-to-play. So that is a fantastic choice, and you dive in and try that as well. Yeah, it does mostly horizontal progression. Yeah, you don't have to worry about vertical progression. So it's a fantastic MMO for new players. Nice, I think we are good for this, and this character should be level 70 by the time we are done here, which that will be good. Alright, now let's move up here. Nice, it only takes a few minutes to do, and then that will give more time for other stuff to come in from the trading post. Any advice on how to not get overwhelmed? A great question. If you're coming to Guild Wars 2 as a new player, I recommend sort of prioritizing the story. Because playing through the story, one, it's going to ease you into the game in a much more sort of, you know, leisurely pace. It's going to take you through different areas of the world to give you access to a lot of maps. That's just going to make moving around the world much easier. You're going to be able to get mastery points, which is the main, oh no, the main sort of endgame progression after you reach level 80. So they're like account-wide upgrades like mounts, gliding, auto loot, all that. So story is actually a very important source of those mastery points. And this is my second main account, and one thing I found on this account is because I didn't prioritize the story for quite a long time, I eventually just ran out of mastery points. I couldn't upgrade my account any further. So focusing on the story is a great way to be introduced to Guild Wars 2. I definitely recommend like at least doing the story on one character because it unlocks, you know, basically everything for you, which is great. But yeah, in doing that, you can sort of observe what other players are doing. You know, you can see, oh, there's a bunch of people in this open world map that I'm in. Let's follow them around. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, hey, there's, you know, some strike missions popping up. Let's jump into those. Let you just sort of dive in and try other bits of content as you get more and more familiar. Taxi, welcome in. You recently started the game. Well, welcome on in. The only thing that bothers you is that for old expansions, the mastery is not made easier to gain. It depends on how you view it, because in some ways it has been. Like, say, Heart of Thorns, when that first came out, it was quite hard and quite tedious to max out all masteries, but then once we got Living World Season 3, the DLC that takes place between Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, that makes it much easier to max out your masteries, because it used to be an absolute pain to do, whereas now it's much easier than what it used to be. And yeah, Heart of Thorns as well is a bit of a greedy piglet when it comes to the sheer amount of experience that you need, but fortunately Heart of Thorns is also helped by having a bunch of really sort of experience heavy profitable meta events as well. Worst masteries are Core and Icebreed Saga. Yeah, Core masteries, particularly if you haven't done the story, they are rough to get. But do the story, do the dungeons. That will get you sort of most of them. Icebreed Saga ones, I think, are the hardest masteries to get. Not because of the experience, because of the actual number of physical mastery points. Yeah, do Tangled Deaths for Chat Confusion. Yeah, Auric Basin as well. So there's always events happening in Heart of Thorns, so it's a very good one to farm XP. And yeah, the IBS ones, just you have to actually go out of your way to do some story achievements if you want to get the Icebrood Saga Masteries. I'm sorry to hear that story is your least favourite part of the game. Like, it's not my favourite part of the game either, but I do enjoy it for what it is. And plus, the amount of account progression you get from it is insane. So let's get some Griffin hide there. Up we get. So honestly, the mount system in Guild Wars 2 is absolutely incredible.
I love watching the skimmers play. I know. They're so graceful and majestic riding around.
Oh, damn, why didn't I do that? Yeah, Icebrood Saga is like basically always the hardest one in terms of maxing masteries. And for the most part, story is pretty hard to mess up as well. Let's go, why'd I do that? I think it's out this way, by the looks of it. Yes. Yeah, Icebrood Saga, they were like the masteries I left until last, and yeah, they did take a bit. It was definitely helped by the fact I did the Season of the Dragons achievements. It sort of necessitated me to go and spend some more time in Icebrood Saga. Doing Drizzlewood though, like lots of Drizzlewood, that will sort of get you a good chunk of the way as well. But yeah, I remember doing Icebrood Saga masteries. And if you're able to find people to do the Dragon Response mission ones, that's going to make your life much easier. Especially if you happen to be streaming Guild Wars 2, that's a very good way to get some assistance for them. Ah! Don't know how I didn't fail that one. Just playing again, do you know what strikes are locked behind a story or the expansion? I think the Icebrood Saga ones are locked behind Path of Fire. I always get them confused. The End of Dragons strike missions, they are locked behind the End of Dragons expansions, and the same with the Secrets of the Obscure ones. They are locked behind the Secrets of the Obscure expansion. Yeah, Fortunately, you can cheese the dodging one in Dragonstorm. You can go into the story instance for it, and I think it will actually count there as well, so you can sort of just do that as much as you want. That's what I did when I had to do it. The problem's about being not level 80 in one of these maps. It's so easy to instantly die. So much so, it is, yeah. But yeah, Drizzlewood and the Icebrood Saga missions, that's honestly where most of it is. Okay, so no strikes locked behind the IBS stories and living worlds. I don't think so. Guild Wars 2 strike missions. Let's see. I always forget about the Icebrood Saga ones. I've had this explained to me before, but I forget it constantly. Accessing strike missions. Okay. Okay, yeah. Icebrood Saga, the Path of Fire expansion is required. Icebrood Saga is not required, despite the name. Okay, cool. I was actually correct. Yeah, they're not locked behind actual story. It's just you have to have the expansion. That's what I know. Honestly, like I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for 13 years now, and that's the type of thing I've only really just got around to looking up. Yeah, OLC you don't need any for. That one's tied to a core game. Oh. And Guild Wars 2 is the only game played where a player will join a group, stay in the wrong city, get asked to come in and say, oh, I don't have the expansion, stay in the group. It can happen occasionally. It is unfortunate. But usually the commander will kick them before it becomes an issue. Oh, we're level 66 now. Mainly because it's going to get us some stuff for a bit more gold, because I think I actually just need to earn a little bit more gold before I can craft this legendary underwater sigil. It would be fine if I honestly just went and did the weekly on another account, because then I can cash out all the mystic coins and a bunch of the gold as well. Because the first weekly that you do as a part of the Wizard season, if you make the most profit from it that you can, excluding the legendary starter kit, because that's like the most value pack thing. It's worth about 160 gold if you do the mystic coins as well as the cheap bags of gold. So the weeklies, great source of gold. Now this is one where I do tend to mess this up more often than others. I like to think we're through the hardest bit. But it's very easy for me to jinx myself. I feel like I've got enough speed, this shouldn't be a problem. Nice. So 2 more. Level 67. I think we should actually be level 69 by the time we're done with this. Nice. I thought that might have actually been doing the meta event in this map. No, I just loaded it in. So there's Griffin Adventure up there, which we're going to go and nab. And then we can use the hype from that to access the next one. And then I think it'll actually be, yeah, probably tomorrow actually, this character will finally reach level 80, which will be good. Granted, this character's only 3 hours old and spent most of its life doing Griffin Adventures. But still, it'll be great to have it. Does anyone know if you can buy an expansion as a gift for someone? I'm not quite sure. Because yeah, you have to like input an email address to do it, which sort of somewhat links to that email address, so there might be a way. Oh, dang. Should have just pulled up a little bit more there. Down we go. Go get a smidge more height here. And down we go. Get the boost. Whoop. Up we get. Almost failed it there. And glide up the stairs. Nice, few seconds. Yeah, maybe through Steam you can. Yeah, Steam it would probs be much easier. Just because of how easy it is buying gifts through Steam. I suspect that's probably the best way. Yeah, I don't know about the ArenaNet version. Especially because, like, if you have to... Yeah, I don't know if there's any, like, TOS applicable ways to do it. You can buy it in form of a code? Okay. Griffin, that's what I needed. Oh, it queued up the Griffin thing. Beautiful, that should be plenty of speed. Think that was gold? Alright. Yep, we're level 60... Oh, level 68 actually. Okay, let's go Griffin. And we're just going to consume all these. Look at all these chests. This character's reached level 68 purely by doing Griffin adventures. It's how I typically level new characters, because it's way quicker in terms of like sheer amount of time. There we go, and that will break down to that.
Threshold achieved.
Okay, so I'm purely just gonna sell these instantly. Just because I actually just want the raw gold. That's why I'm doing this. It's not the most efficient, but it works. Okay, so that should take care of everything I need there. Then what I will do is go over to Herald of Harold and start converting my lucent motes into lucent crystals, and then I should be able to buy everything else I need on the trading post whilst that is happening. All set to craft the Gen 3 shortbow next week. Only need clovers now. Hell yeah, Bill, that's great. Let's go buy everything. Not buy everything, just pick everything up. I feel like that's enough gold. Okay, so let's go Artificing Station. I need to make many lucent crystals. Alright, let's start from the bottom of this list and work our way up. I might even be a bit cheeky and just buy these cheaper ones instantly. Okay, so let's buy 51 of these. And 61. Ancient bones, I think I need more. Yeah, definitely. What is that? 61. Oh, nope. Nope. Also finished Live World Season 2 with 2 friends yesterday. Can't wait to take up a hot hero points to show them what open world builds are truly worth. That's going to be fantastic. And Junie, welcome in. You played Revenant Herald Healer, your first character for like a month, you'd say. But to be honest, I see the class as very weak. You don't kind of like how heavy armor used to play healers that wear rogue, so you want to switch your main, and you're a bit confused. Any recommendations? I mean, Herald itself is one of like the overall strongest classes in the game, and Heal Herald is a very, very good one. I've got a guide for it over my YouTube channel if you do want to check that out. But, let's wait for some of my stuff to come in on the training post. But overall, like, if you want to play a healer, like, honestly, Heal Tempest, Heal Elementalist is really, really good, as is Heal Catalyst. Heal Scourge is great, and Heal Chronomancer is probably overall the single best heal build in the game at the moment. So, really, you can't really go wrong with any of them. And you can customize to a rogue visual in any weight class. Yeah, that's true, actually, you can. You can reskin it to be a rogue class, that's true. There are certain skins out there that will, you know, give you the look that you're going for. Okay. Hopefully, I actually have everything we need here. You know, Heal Scourge Necromancer, Heal Chrono Mesmer, Heal Druid Ranger. Yeah, honestly, there's great heal builds for every class. I need more Symbols of Pain. I sold all these, did I? That's interesting. Heal Tempest I've seen really pop off lately, so I'm keen to give that one a shot as well at some point. Symbol of Enhancement. Hopefully I have enough gold to do this. If not, I can find some more. Oh yeah, Heal Tempest. I think it gives Alacrity on Aura Share now, which it already does like a ton of. I might even try gearing that one just to see what it does out of sheer curiosity. 31. Okay, we're getting there to the bottom of this list. Oh wait, I just realised I have to make Mystic Clovers. Oh no. I could need very little gold, or I could need a lot of gold. Who's to tell? So its uptime is much improved. Oh, that's so good. Not having to rely on the overloads anymore is going to be incredible. Totem. I'm pretty sure I have some extra gold on my NA account I can send over. And yeah, starting a new class, especially if like you've only got one class, it is a bit of an investment. But if you play Guild Wars 2 long enough, you will naturally just end up with one of everything. Because Guild Wars 2 is a game that really encourages you to play multiple characters. It's one of the best things about it.
I can hold you as long as I need to.
Okay, it seems I have enough gold. Good. Large bone, get 42 of those, and I think we are good.
You can never
Okay, we
have too
can
much
deposit everything else. Right, so I need to make many Mystic Clovers. Everything else there kinda looks fine. Okay, that. Let's go buy. I'm just going to convert all my Spirit Shards into Philosopher's Stones, because I'm going to need them for the next 3 legendary sigils that I craft. Okay. So how many do I need? I need 30. Right. Just set that there. And yeah, especially once you get mounts, at least getting access to the main maps you want, even just some waypoints in them, it's not too bad. Alka, welcome in, it's great to see you. Should have actually done my clovers first. Probably the most logical way is to continue with farming your Herald, because you know it and it's a routine. Once you're done with weeklies and dailies, go back to Tempest. Yeah, that's like a totally fine way to do it. Your shirt has 5 buttons, your cardigan has 2 buttons, your suit jacket has no buttons. How many buttons do my trousers have? They're Velcro. It does depend, because I don't think there's enough information, because some of my trouser pants don't have buttons, they got the little clip. And I think it's typically better to buy clovers at the vendors if you can, but I've exhausted all the currencies that I'd typically use for that. It's one of the first things I did, but I've got no fractal currency. I'm very low on raid currency. I don't world versus world a lot. MY1, is that just because you've got the fly button? 24, 25, 26. In average, most trials got one button. I would say, yeah, one button typically. It would be by an exception that they don't. Do the 10 recipe to go faster when I only need like 22. That one's going to be cursed. There we go. We got it. We had obscenely good luck with the clovers there. Okay, so I'm going to go buy Gifts of Craftsmanship now. Oh, it depends on the length of the word. Okay.
Too hot here. Not enough wind. Wow, that's
Wait, does anyone have a guess for that?
The pale tree.
Take a look.
This.
Do not use the word trousers, not pants. Let's buy 4 of these. It's all the Gifts of Craftsmanship we need. And I definitely recommend checking out my gearing guide over on my YouTube channel. That will give you some of the most efficient ways to generally gear your characters. But yeah, given you've already got a set of Ascender gear, that's great, awesome. But starting off with exotic gear is totally fine. And then as you get more Ascended, you can sub it out later if you need. Especially if you're rocking a healer, you actually don't need Ascender gear, like unless you're doing fractals. Healer doesn't really care that much about it. So yeah, I think you'd be totally fine just to sit in exotic gear for a while. You wouldn't be gimping yourself in any way. See, Jim, how's it going? It's great to see you. Alright, let's grab this character. Also need to finish getting the ranger pets on this one. That was another thing I was doing at some point. Smoothies. I must have bought some cheap food at some point. Doing great, how about you? I'm glad to hear you're doing great. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day here so far. I'm fighting off a bit of a cold though. That sort of landed the latter part of this day, which is rough. But I will be fine. Oh, I can mouse over things at Guild Wars to efficiency and it tells me which character I can actually do this on. That's fun. Okay, so I need to go over here. Nickabah, welcome in. It's great to see you.
Justice and courage is quite a reward.
Alright, so those are done. Did I not buy these? 80. Don't need to see arc DPS for when I'm crafting legendaries.
Quite a reward.
Got an annoying question? No such thing. You have full Ascended Power and Condi Q DPS hero builds. Also do daily fractal CMs, but you set your sights on legendary raid armor. You just don't know where to start with raids. It's not an annoying question at all. It's a very good one actually. Generally, if you want to start with raids, you can always keep an eye on the LFG, particularly on Mondays. Mondays are when raid resets pop off, and if you want to start on legendary armor, the only raid wings that are actually relevant for that are raid wings 1 through 4. So if you go on there now, There you go, you'll see some up there. And honestly, start of the week, you might often just find some groups that are more than happy to bring new players in. But generally, if you want to dive into raids, I'd say grab your build. You've got your build there, you got Herald, it's great, awesome, great choice. Get comfortable with it. Maybe spend a bit of time in the DPS Golem. I also have a guide on just generally how to get good at Guild Wars 2, which you'll probably find really helpful. If you can, watch some guides, particularly Muckluck's guides are really good for the actual raid bosses, just so you're somewhat familiar with them. And then at that point, you can honestly dive into Raid Wings 1 through 4 without any real difficulty, I think. Raid Wings 1 through 4 are quite chill for new players to join nowadays. And anyways, how's it going? It's great to see you. Only need a center for fractals? Yeah, you only need a center for fractals. Exotic's fine otherwise. Apparently, full exotic gear costs a fortune, so you're not sure. And you don't generate much gold from your Revenant. Check out, like, if you do a bit of World vs. World, even if you don't, you probably actually have some badges of honor, which you can buy stat selectable gear in World vs. World for very cheap. So if you have even a few hundred badges of honor, you're probably going to be pretty good. Are you saying you don't need to look for training runs and just join regular runs on the LFG with watching tutorial videos? Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Especially if the runs don't ask for any kill proof, then yeah, that's super easy. Just walk right in. They're not going to be looking too closely. And even if they are asking for like a moderate amount of kill proof, like just some, you can always join and then whisper the commander and say, I want to, like, can I join? I don't have the kill proof, but I've watched guards and I'm comfortable with my class. Can you give me a shot? Totally cool if no. And chances are the commander will let you stay. At least in my experience. Because quite often, what's more valuable to an actual group is not necessarily someone who's got 5 kill proof, it's actually someone who communicates and is willing to talk to the commander. That person is worth so much, like, more from the commander's perspective. The commander's usually so much more happy to see that, rather than someone who's like, oh cool, I've got 10 kill proof, instead of, you know, oh look, this person's actually talking, this person's actually been up front, sure, I'm more than happy to give them a shot. So if you go in, you watch some guides, because the power level of the game is insanely high right now compared to when raids came out, so they will be completely stomped for the most part. Yeah, go into World vs. World. I cover it in my guide there. There's a vendor, the Unified Armor vendor, I believe their name is. Can't miss them. They're a big unique golem in sort of the area you spawn into in World vs. World. You'll find it pretty quick. But you can buy stat selectable armor there, insanely cheap. You never thought to join regular runs without doing training runs first, but it makes a lot of sense. Here raids are not too hard anyways. Hell yeah. Especially for raid wings 1 to 4, they are very much on farm. It's just, yeah, be aware of the raid mechanics. And raid wing 3, make sure you have Leyline gliding and you have your special action key bound, because raids will require the use of your special action key. So just be aware of that. The main fights you'll need to know that on are Sabbather, last boss in Raid Wing 1, Slothazor, first boss in 2, Matthias, last boss in Wing 2, and Zera. Yeah, Zera you definitely need to know it, 100% need to at least be aware of what to do with it. And there you can kind of get away with not knowing what it does in Wing 4, especially in normal mode. It's helpful on the first boss can, but it's not required. Yeah, the kill pro space is just showing you can do it. If you watch videos and guides, that's perfectly fine as experience too. Yeah, a person who has watched a guide is comfortable with their class and whispers the commander. You will probably perform just as well, and the commander will be, you know, just as, you know, happy to bring you along as someone who has, you know, a few more kill proof. Oh, cool! I can sell this. That's fun. How long have those been there? It's very exciting. Alright, so what do I need now? I need many things. That, Obi shards. Alright, I think we are probably good to go craft our legendary underwater sigil. Because we have no ability to prioritize or practice impulse control. So there we go, that is a gift of sigils. Orivori, thank you so much for the gifted subs, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Everyone enjoy. No more ads and your wonderful
Orivori
Thank
gifted
you.
a tier 1 sub to Zashimi. Orivori gifted a tier 1 sub to Ivan the Terrible.
Okay, so now I have to do Gift of Venom.
Orivori gifted a tier 1 sub to Buzz_light_beer.
Thank you so very much. That's a gift of
Orivori gifted a
condensed
tier 1
might.
sub to C Revent 7.
Gift of condensed magic. Okay, here it comes. So that is a gift of craftsmanship, gift of condensed magic, gift of condensed might, gift of sigils, and 3, 2, 1.
More accolades.
Legendary sigil. I believe that sigils contain fragments or memories from the greatest battles in Tyria's history, Lady Nari wrote. This may be one of our only windows into the Battle of the Three Queens. And we also got 1 AP for that. It's a great use of like 500 gold. Very nice. So now, this underwater harpoon gun, or oh look, it's even, yes. It's even precision, toughness, condition damage. Even better, we can now put a legendary sigil in it. And I'll put Crate Slaying. See, I could have bought Crate Slaying. I don't know. How much is Sigil of Crate Slaying going for now? Sigil of Crate Slaying. Or is it Serpent Slaying? There might be Serpent Slaying. Oh, yeah, see? It's 4 silver. See, now instead of spending 4 silver, I can use a legendary. Yeah. Excellent. And here, I guess I can also customize this. There we go, Force and Impact. There we go, we've actually got them on there now. Nice, so we have on-land legendary sigils, as well as 1 underwater legendary sigil. 3 more sigils to go, and this account will never need to buy any sigils ever again, under any circumstance. So that is going to be sweet. 1 step closer to full legendary. It's good as well, it's funny as well, because underwater weapons I'll basically always just throw like Sigil of Serpent Slaying because it does more damage against Crate, which is the main enemy you'll face underwater. It might be like Sigil of Cleansing or something. So you can remove conditions when you're underwater, so you can get out of underwater quicker. Odds account, how many legendary sets? 1. They do take a while to get to, but if you tunnel vision it a bit, it's not too bad. But yeah, our NA account as well is basically full legendary as well. It doesn't have underwater sigils though, so that's something that this account has over it now. So yeah, we have 7 legendary runes, so we are done with that. Everything here is legendary. Legendary relic, 3 sets of legendary armor, 4, or now we have 5 legendary sigils. We need 8 to be fully done with it. And we've got a legendary spear. So we're coming along well. Excellent. We're going to go take a break, stretch our legs. We're going to be back in a few minutes, so sit tight. If you are looking for the best way to manage your Guild Wars 2 add-ons, then I've got you covered. Today I'm going to walk you through how I easily stay on top of all of my Guild Wars 2 add-ons with the incredible Nexus add-on manager. Let's dive in. Now, first things first, to download Nexus, you're going to head over to raidcore.gg and simply download the installer from here. Now, depending on your browser, you may get a security pop-up, but it's fine. Just work your way through the prompts and you're going to be good to go. Now, you can simply open up the installer and work through the prompts. Now, we can see right here, Windows has given us the warning, but it's okay. We can just run it anyway. We do not need to worry about it. Now, it's found where our Guild Wars 2 installation is, so we simply need to install Nexus. Or in my case, because I already had Guild Wars 2 open, make sure you have it closed and then try and run the installer. And just like that, we've gone and downloaded Nexus. You can see here we have the D3, D11 file sitting in our Guild Wars 2 folder. So that is all we need to do to install Nexus for the time being. We can simply quit out of that, then open up Guild Wars 2. Now let's jump into Guild Wars 2 and let's continue configuring Nexus. Beautiful. Now as soon as we're in Guild Wars 2, you can simply click agree to the prompt and we are in Nexus and we are ready to get started. Now I'll just close out of this for the time being. Now for the reasons why I love Nexus, first up, it is incredibly easy to install. It's just a few button presses. We don't need to manually install any DLL files. It's incredibly easy, just a few clicks and we are there. Another one of the incredibly powerful things about Nexus is the fact that it can auto update as well as disable and manage all of your add-ons. Now this is very important for me because I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Sunday over on Twitch, and for me here in Australia, Wednesday is when the Guild Wars 2 patch will normally land. Now when a big patch lands, it's quite likely that Arc DPS is going to break and I'm going to be left scrambling to fix it just before I go live. Now once you install an add-on, if there is a big patch that will break an add-on or cause it to crash your game, Nexus will go through and automatically disable it. So rather than me having to go into my game files and remove my Arc DPS file until a patch has been released, Nexus will take care of it for me. Now my life is made drastically easier by that and I do not have to debug Arc DPS whenever I'm going live. And plus it will give you a notification saying that that add-on has been disabled and you can then go through and re-enable it at your leisure if it turns out it actually didn't break the game. But rather than instantly crashing your game, this means you can dive right in, which is great.
Looks great!
Now let's quickly jump into the game for a change of scenery. Beautiful, that's much better. Now you'll see there's a little Nexus icon at the top of your screen, so we can just click on that and start configuring. Now we'll simply start in the add-ons tab first, and if we go over to library, because you can see we have nothing installed at the moment, we have a huge list of add-ons that we can go through and install. Now I always say Guild Wars 2 is the MMO for people without a huge amount of free time, so being able to simply browse all of these add-ons here without having to scour Reddit posts and GitHub pages, this is an absolute lifesaver. Now take the time to have a bit of a browse through here, see what interests you, but I'm going to walk you through the main add-ons that I use day to day. Now first up, I'm going to install Arc DPS, and we are done. If we come back over to the install tab, we can see that Arc DPS is sitting here. If we just click load, beautiful. Now we just have the prompt saying Arc DPS will be loaded after we restart the game. So once we're ready to go through and configure this more, we'll exit out of Guild Wars 2, come back in and get everything set up just how we like it. But for now, let's add in a few more. Now personally, I think Arc DPS is one of the most important add-ons you can install in Guild Wars 2, and I have an entirely separate video on my channel where you can go through and see how to install it manually if you prefer. But trust me, being able to see your DPS, how much you're contributing to the group, as well as that of your teammates to see how you're stacking up, is incredibly useful information. So I highly recommend you install Arc DPS. It is absolutely game changing. Now another one I really like is the radial menus add-on. Now this is going to add in a circular pop-up menu to control my mounts, which is very handy, especially because there are 9 mounts in Guild Wars 2 nowadays. So setting reasonable keybinds for that can be a little bit annoying. Now personally, I have my mount set to my number pad on the side of my keyboard, but having this option for a pop-up in the middle of my screen is very handy, and we'll showcase it once we actually have it installed. There we go, we've clicked on that. Now if we head over to the install tab, we can see radial menus here. We will just load that, and there we go, we are all set. Now there's a few extra add-ons that I want to install within Arc DPS itself, a few little nice bonus features that do make life much easier. So I'm going to exit out of Guild Wars 2, come back in, and then we can actually start adding things into Arc DPS. Fortunately, Nexus makes this really easy. Beautiful, we're back into the game now, and you can see the Arc DPS options tab has popped up, so that means Arc DPS is installed successfully. We'll X out of this for now. There is a lot of extra configuring that you can do in Arc DPS, but we won't touch these options for now. If you do want to dive into these options more, like I mentioned before, we have a fully detailed guide on how to set up Arc DPS, which will cover a lot of these options and what they do. So if you want to see how to install and configure Arc DPS exactly as I have it, I'll make sure to link my video down in the description below so you can check that out. But for now, let's dive back into Guild Wars 2. Beautiful, Arc DPS is installed correctly. You can see our little DPS window sitting up there. We'll just drag that a little bit out the way and I'll press Alt-Shift-H just to hide. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Awesome, that is another legendary sigil done. I should probably actually get a Berserker's Spear there, honestly. Let's do that right now. Let's go. Weapons. Power. Precision. What am I doing? I have a legendary spear. Am I insane? Oh, 2 buttons, the number of buttons is 10 miles like the word. Excellent, very nice. And let's go Serpent Slay. Yes. Cool, there we go. I don't know, let's get a... honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get legendary sigils anyway. There's no point in me buying any more. I will forget they exist. Okay. Now, I also want to get these other pets. This is South Sun Cove. /S. Pearl Islet Waypoint. Okay, so I need to go to Lion's Arch here. It's been sort of on our list of things to do for a while, is unlock all the ranger pets on all our ranger characters. Looking for Consortium. Here we go. Okay, so Pearl Islet Waypoint. Looking for Juvenile Reef Drake. Oh, it's out this way. What's that? Actually, no, I've got all the ranger pets up here on my map. Good. Can we kill the brood mother? Nice.
We heal as one.
Cool, so we have done that one now. So we need the Carrion Devourer. This one is in Fireheart Rise. What's around here? You're playing Core Guard in your first playthrough. Welcome in, Livian. You want both power and Condi on my gear. When I have two items, chest for example, one gives Condi and the other power. Is there a way to see which gives you more DPS? And thank you for the follow. I recommend not mixing sets of gear generally, like either go power or go Condi, or else you're just going to get the worst of both worlds. Depending on the build you want to go for, you can check out a site like metabattle.com, Snowcrows, and they'll tell you the kind of gear that you want to get, and they'll just give you the best possible gear. In terms of checking your DPS, you can either install the add-on Arc DPS, which will show what my DPS is here, or you can go to the Lion's Arch Aerodrome, the Special Forces training area. It's basically a DPS golem room. Hit it and it'll tell you what your DPS is. So they're really the only ways you can tell what your DPS is in any real meaningful way. But generally, pick one or the other. Don't mix power or... Okay, you have a spec that converts power to Condi. Okay, even then, just follow the gear recommendations on Snowcrows or Meta Battle anyway. Just quite often, say if you're on a condition damage build, you'll probably use Viper's gear eventually, which if I check, which has power, precision, condition damage, expertise. That's already got power on it anyway. So yeah, chances are you'll be using Viper's gear anyway. Oh, just level 42? That's okay. In that case, don't worry too much about gearing. It's not going to be hugely relevant for you. Worry about gear once you get to level 80, and just generally, as you're leveling, like if you get a piece of gear that just has more somewhat useful stats, like more power, more condition damage, just swap it in. Gearing only really becomes relevant once you're level 80 anyway. So just if it has bigger number, that's just generally going to be better for you. Because the leveling experience in Guild Wars 2 doesn't take particularly long, especially if you focus on the new character adventure guide. So just doing a series of very, very easy achievements, like literally dodging attacks, looting enemies. These go up in tiers. But yeah, you'll level up really quickly. During leveling power over rest, yeah, if you're leveling, focus on getting power gear. Just because power gear in Corteria is overall best. And it's only really once you get access to Viper's gear through the Heart of Thorns expansion that condition builds really sort of come into their own. On the whole, there are exceptions to that rule. And yeah, structures can't take condition damage in Corteria anyway. Can in other expansions though. Flashtail Devourer. So we can go to Black Citadel here, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, like a dagger in the back.
Just wanting these pets for completionist sake. Cool, another one done. Ow. Oh, so it's just really going to be in Snowden Drifts in that area. Do I even have Snowden Drifts? I have some stuff in Frostgorge though. Yeah, we might do Frostgorge. I say focusing on the Condi core build on meta battle, so you're saying you should take power instead of Condi. It's different once you reach level 80 because you'll also sort of have access to all the things to make your build work, but just generally if you're leveling, I'd recommend focusing on power over Condi. Like you can use condition damage, it will be totally fine. You don't really have to worry too much about your DPS while leveling. But you only really worry about the specifics of your gear when you reach level 80. It's not going to break anything either way. As soon as you reach 80, any gear you got while leveling is just going to be completely null and void anyway. Yeah, and all online builds will be level 80. Yeah, unless there's maybe some specific leveling build which might tell you, you know, here's what gear to prioritize. But as a general rule of thumb, power over Condi while leveling. But if you're following a build that has condition damage traits, it's fine. It doesn't matter that much. There'll only be like a few situations where you might notice a difference, but then you're going to move on from them. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Only really worry about it when you reach level 80. We need Fields of Ruin now, or Blood-Tide Coast. Do we have access to Fields of Ruin? I do. That's fun. Oh, I thought core builds went from 1 to 80, basically. So core builds, unless it's specifically, like it may have a section in there for leveling, but what it means is just a build that doesn't require any elite specialization. So it will be like a core warrior, a core thief, a core ranger. That's what it will mean by a core build. The guide itself, if it's a core build, it may have some information about what to do while leveling, what priorities you should consider. But all builds, because the leveling experience for Guild Wars 2 is so short, it's usually not worth the time it takes to update them. Yeah, it's available, was available at the release of the game. Yeah, that's all it means. But no, they're very good questions. Got an eagle now. We're very happy about it. I wish the elite specs didn't require mastery. It's better now than what it was to unlock. I mean, yeah, all those hero points. They do take... can I get the White Raven? Okay, I can't get that one. And Hawk. Marches. So where is Iron Marches? Iron Marches is there, so I can probs go through here. I remember when they first came out, the Heart of Thorns hero points didn't give you 10 skill points for each one that you did. It was 1. So yeah, you had to do so many of the core tier hero points to actually get them. They fortunately went back and changed it. Hey Coach Destiny, welcome in. Welcome in Raiders. My name is Connor, or ConnorConCarne. You can also check me out over my YouTube channel there, where I do all sorts of Guild Wars 2 guides. What is up, Coach? Everyone go check out the wonderful Coach Destiny over on their amazing Twitch channel. What'd you get up to, mate? How have you been? Because right now, we did some Cerus CM progression tonight. We got to 19%, which was very good. Crafted a legendary sigil, so we have an underwater legendary sigil. Just because we have no impulse control. Look at it. See, we don't even have a second sigil in there, but we have 1 legendary, so our priorities are in line. And now we're unlocking all the pets on this ranger. I finished Breath of the Wild, back to Tears of the Kingdom. Hell yeah! I still need to finish Breath of the Wild. Really enjoyed it. I think I got... was it 3 of the 4 sort of temples or like bosses in or something? I really enjoyed it. I need to go back and do it. And if you would recommend a Guardian build for leveling, would you recommend pick a core power build, open world and meta battle? Yeah, I'd take that and just pick traits and gear that sort of makes sense for that. So yeah, just throw power gear on it and just unlock those trait lines and those skills and you'll be pretty good to go. That's what I'd kind of recommend. But yeah, it's also very, very good to just test your skills, get a feel for what they do. That's probably more valuable than focusing on the specific build as you're leveling. Because when you reach level 80, even once you get your build locked in, you'll probably be swapping around utility skills depending on what you need for different encounters anyway. So it's good to have an idea of what they do. Bez, how are you enjoying Zelda tonight? But use the leveling experience as a way to play around with your class. That's a better thing to do overall. Oh, mounts make this so much easier. I should really stop and grab a few waypoints just while I'm here. There we go. Okay, and there's Juvenile Hawk just chilling here. Grab that. Oh, Phoenix. How do you spell Phoenix? Cantha in New Kainang City. It's 11 silver to port here. It's not cheap. Great first pick for Guardian trait is Radiance. Yeah, a lot of power traits. Power Guardian builds, almost all power Guardian builds will take that. And over here is where our pet will be. New Kainang's a visually spectacular city. I just wish it was more populated.
Get in line behind every other angry brat in Kainang.
Okay, so let's move on up here. Keep climbing higher and higher. Go higher up here as well. Yeah, well, last few days, Jess and I, we've been watching the Paddington movies. So we watched Paddington 1 last night, and we watched Paddington 2 today. They were fantastic. So unbelievably wholesome. Cerus, welcome in. Now you want to play Guild Wars 2 from where you left it 2021? You absolutely should. Come on back and join us. Get a juvenile phoenix. Nice. Forest spider. Iron marches. I should have just stayed in that area. And catch you later, Livian. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're going to be back again tomorrow as well, same time, doing some more shenanigans on EU. So if you don't catch us for the remainder of our stream tonight, you can always find us then. Hopefully our voice holds out tomorrow and that cold isn't too bad. I think these are forest spiders. If not, you get to hear the really like low gravelly voice. That can be a fun experience for everyone. There we go, we have that. It's quite fun collecting all the ranger pets. Jungle spider, Maguma jungle, Caledon forest. And that, yay. Love that command, Faro. Alright. Oh, they're literally right here. If only I could mount.
The road ahead is dangerous, friend. If you
Do I have to... Oh, I have to climb up. Truly, my enthusiasm has been dashed and my day is ruined. Oh, mounts aren't allowed in this area. Oh, dang it. Hang on. We're literally right on the border. Oh, hang on. No, what are we doing? No, we can do the trick. Yes. There we go. We're coming, Ranger Pet. Oh, they're at the end of the jumping puzzle. Actually, no, this is fine. Can we glide? Let's find out. We can't. Can use a revive orb, though. Yes. Worth it for that jungle spider. We did the jumping puzzle. Remagic, welcome in. How you going, mate? Everyone go check out Remagic over on their incredible YouTube channel. Your videos have been hugely helpful for us in our Cerus prog. Got to 19% tonight. All that legendary gear still defeated by jumping puzzles. At no point should you take the legendary gear to imply that I'm good at the game in any way. Just use it as an indication for how I prioritize my time. Think live the way station, true. But how are we doing for Ranger Pets now? We'll definitely pick that up tomorrow night. Almost have them all, except the Guild Wars 1 pets. They watched the end of the prog, get a really good pull there at the end. Yeah, they were getting really, really good at the end. And yeah, I was reasonably happy, like my DPS has improved a bit on Condivert. I do want to practice Power Vert again, just haven't really played it for a few months. Still okay though. It's good to know that I can distort the little wall that comes around, because trying to time my jumps on that has been cursed. We each have our strengths, that is very true. Alright, but let's take a look at who's online. Because yeah, I feel like, obviously the 10% phase is probably going to be hectic, but I feel like 3 or 4 more prog nights and we might get it. That feels like a thing that might happen. And Power Spear Virtuoso is pretty decent. It's really, really good. Okay, we'll just keep an eye to see who else is online today. Okay. Beautiful. So I think we're going to head on out to Maragon today. Control C. There we go. Let's go tee this up. Excellent. Thank you all very much, everyone, for hanging out with us. Thank you to Coach Destiny for the raid. I really appreciate you. And thank you to Orivori for the gifted subs. You're an absolute legend, Alcar. Thank you for the riddles. And yeah, good job tonight, everyone, on Cerus Prog. That was really, really good. Looking forward to picking it up again next Sunday. And yeah, we're going to be back again tomorrow with some more Guild Wars too. So I think what we'll probably end up doing, 100%, we'll end up getting all the ranger pets on this character, because I know we've been chipping away at that for the last little bit. We'll probably do some raids, some strikes. Need to get our gold farm on, actually, because we need to get another 3 legendary sigils so we can be done with underwater stuff. Then we can move on to actually important things. But we must finish up that goal beforehand, because we've committed to it. We must do it. And thank you, Ekaban. I really appreciate that. And we'll probably also get this Thief to 80 as well. Then all our characters will be level 80. Should probably figure out some places to actually park my characters to start generating some gold. We'll see what tomorrow brings us. It's going to be a good evening. But for now, you'll take care. We're going to go check out Maragon, who is going and doing some strike missions by the look of it. So show them all love support that you show us. And you catch you later, Sufferance. PK, you as well. You will take care. We'll see you in a few hours. And cheers. Today, you're going to learn exactly how to gear your character in Guild Wars 2. I've played Guild Wars 2 for 11 years, and one of my favorite features is the lack of gear grind. The gear I got back in 2012 is just as good now as it was back then. But despite how convenient this is in the long term, getting your first set of gear as a new player can seem overwhelming. There's dozens of different stat types, multiple tiers of gear, and so many